Hello, folks. Welcome back. Welcome back. Okay, we got Warrant in the chat, and before we get really started, it's just a fucking blush now. Oh, you said that was the new you, right? It's funny because just the eyes are still on screen, and most of it's like clipping off the screen. And with how the light is, it just looks white as opposed to green. So, Warrant, if we get your help, we've got a new music set up, and I want you to tell me if you can hear this, and if it's a good volume for us to be talking over, or if it's too quiet or too loud. The mics are technically directional, so this shouldn't work really well. I'm going to try this volume, and let me know if that's too much or too little.
Oh, don't fall!
Click on here, click on there, edit, levels.
My hat is heavy.
Wizard,
I like this
11, I've done it.
Your hat is heavy. We can just see his feet, like, in front of him. Alright, I'm not
Tell me when you see him.
Didn't stick.
His bottom of his eye is barely in view.
11.
Okay, now he's in view. Yeah, perfect.
There we go.
I'm so happy they can't see the way I'm laid out.
No, we can see you.
It's good enough?
No, you can't.
We
good
can
enough?
see you.
We can really see.
Okay.
We can, yeah.
Okay, so
Good
Launch
enough?
is not getting back to me. Alex, do you
good
want
now?
to do a test to see if the music's alright? Also, I can see a plurplum in chat.
Plurplum?
Oh, Launch did respond with Baby Yoda. How's the music?
Can you let us know about the volume, please?
Music.
That's so...
It shows up at like a decent spot, according to my mic.
Yeah, this right now feels loud.
Yeah, but
It's good.
because of where it is with the mics.
Yeah, that feels
Okay,
much
watch this.
better.
Okay, what about this? I put it a little quieter. How's this?
That's doable.
Says I'm kind of echoey. And you three are loud. Okay. So how's the music now and the volume for us, now that I've got it adjusted? Testing things with chat.
Better.
Better. Okay, great. Alright. We'll leave it at that. I'm going to stop the music for now, and we're going to get into the recap from last session. Oh, I'm just realizing that music is cute background music. Thank you. Yes, it's great. Great fun. I'm realizing I did not set up
Hi,
my
Jenna.
stream screen.
Ta-da!
I'm gonna want this. I always forget something. It's a rule that if I
Is it a
like
spell?
don't forget the
Yes.
music or the character sheet. Oh, nice! I didn't have to change anything. Okay. So, last session we began with the party resting after defeating the Aboleth.
Why are you on the
They're
battle
lower.
scene?
Oh, I switched over to see if I can get it working.
Sixth level, and does it keep one of them used
there we
up,
go.
or how does it work?
Okay, so last session we began with the party resting after defeating the Aboleth. After some struggle, you guys managed
Spending
to push
spell slots for both.
past the trap door and into the tower proper above this underwater labyrinth you had found yourself in. Well, tunnels more than a labyrinth. The first floor led to you guys making a deal with a devil,
And are they just gone?
freeing it in exchange for some answers on how to deal with the traps on the door that would lead you above. You guys had some deliberation on whether you wanted to deal with it or not, eventually decided to free it and allow it to leave, and found out that it was electrified and would release water towards them. You guys fought your way up... crinkle. You guys fought your way up the rest of the tower, eventually meeting an acolyte, Zin. You guys failed to talk your way past them after your unfriendly first encounter.
Failed is like...
A strong word.
You shot them with an arrow, they got you guys with a fireball. You decided to talk, decided you didn't want to talk, and proceeded to stab them.
Yaikzal died.
Zin promised he would kill at least one of the party,
Really noteworthy.
as was brought up. And Yaikzal did indeed die under a deluge of acid that the creature was made up from. Berrian, however, managed a final blow, and you guys managed to bring Yaikzal back from the brink. The twins tested their mind against the demigod that rested at the top of the tower, or at least his avatar. You guys managed to win the right, through your battle, to make a deal with the outsider. It wanted to use Kea'Na's body as an avatar to channel its power, which would allow it to kill the angel that had come down to guard the Church of Light when this invasion first began.
That was Nuldir's avatar, right?
Not Nuldir's avatar, one of Nuldir's angels.
Oh yeah, okay, but it was a Nuldir thing.
Yes, it was an angel of light, yeah. After, there was a cataclysmic battle between Kea'Na, taken over by the creature from the deep, and this angel itself. It managed to kill the angel, and the party... Where am I? The party rescued Sasha after this. As part of their deal, it getting to use her body would return Berrian's love interest Sasha, and Claire was returned along with her. Kea'Na was returned to the party. All three of them unconscious were taken back to the tower to rest. In the interim, Drae threw a party for his gang, the Proudfoots, and Drae and Yaikzal ended up fixing a fight between the two of them that started less cooperative, and then when Yaikzal was offered the opportunity to do what she did was best, you guys managed to put on a show. It was somewhat successful. You made a bit of money. We begin the following morning with the party, along with the unconscious women, waking up and meeting for breakfast in Daniel's tower, Berrian's tower.
Yes. Another day, another batch of unconscious women waking up.
That
Oh my god, that sounds bad.
I needed some context, Drae.
Woo!
Okay.
Nope, cut. That's the end of the stream, folks. Thanks
And
for
we'll
coming
see you next
by.
time.
Yaikzal's sleeping in because I need to go grab a plate.
Okay. It's with less crinkles.
I bang on Yaikzal's door. No.
Yaikzal!
A deep fucking sleep.
Yaikzal! Yeah. Wednesday, can you get her?
I'm busy making food. Come down for breakfast/sleep. I'll
Fine.
save some salad for her.
Okay. I go
The
downstairs.
joke is she can no longer eat meat.
I would
she died.
like when
No,
the
she
girls
can- she
wake
really
up,
wants
I would
to
go
eat meat all
Talk to
the
the
time.
Sorry,
girls.
yes, needs meat. So you don't know the girls are awake yet. You would notice when they come down, a little groggy looking, Kea'Na at the lead, so they're like, "There any breakfast?"
Yeah.
Kea'Na, I didn't cook for the. Right, I'm gonna.
Oh, you're awake.
I'll go to the kitchen. And Wednesday hurries off to make some more food. As Kea'Na is kind of rubbing sleep from her eyes, like, morning.
Morning. I'm gonna.
How do you feel?
Good. How you feeling?
Good.
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 We're not playing this. This is not a new
Oh,
game.
Barry, we're having
Bad.
fun.
Okay.
Yaikzal snores louder.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
There was some weird people sleeping upstairs. They're hiding by the stairs now because they don't know what to do. You look over and see Sasha and Claire like peeking out, not sure where they are or why they are.
I'm gonna go over and into like the stairwell. Hi.
Hi.
Do you
Why am I in your tower?
remember anything?
I remember going to sleep in my bed and waking up in decidedly not my bed.
Okay. Wednesday, can you bring us up some breakfast to the library?
Working on that!
Okay. Here. Come up. I'll explain everything to you guys.
Claire is like, can I also come? Because I also have no idea.
I said you guys.
Oh, right.
Women. Sure. Yes. Come.
All
I'll
right,
take them
and they'll
up.
follow you up to the library where you guys sit down at one of the reading tables. Claire goes and grabs a chair from one of the other reading tables and sets up on the side. Right.
Okay. And I'm just gonna kind of tell the story of how like the battle with the big thing over there and how it like took apart the city and Bran's tower got taken.
Okay.
And how we like went to try and rescue and then the demi-dude and then with the boat and your uncle and then got into it and bada bing bada boom.
Right.
And then I rescued them.
Well,
All
it
by
seems
himself.
like
We rescued them.
Seems like I do remember some of it then.
And you had a fish thing on your face.
I remember waking up, the Arcanum shaking, creatures pouring in, being held down as something crawled over my face. I had assumed it was a nightmare.
No,
That's all I remember.
Hi.
Hello!
I'm like, do you feel the the cuts on the side of their heads?
No?
You said there was like cuts
Feels
where
over-
the things were latched.
No, there were like sucker marks
Okay.
on
Yeah.
her, but not cuts.
I don't know what to call them. And I'm gonna like show a picture of like one that I had drawn. That's what you looked like.
Either you're terrible at drawing, or that is a terrifying creature.
Yeah.
It's hard to draw.
Anyways, you guys are safe. We were able to get you back, and we got Bran's tower back. But the
Right.
Arcanum Well, I'll let you figure that out for yourself. It's not the same.
Right.
Let's say that Bran might have to do some recruiting.
What do you mean?
There's some deaths.
Oh.
But you guys are safe. We were able to get you back.
Heavy news. I'm not really sure how to process it. I suppose I'll have to see it for myself.
Here, I'll take you guys after breakfast.
Very well.
I'm like, it's good to see you, and I'll give her a hug.
She gets up and gives you a hug as well, and sits back down and just kind of
While
grabs
I'm
onto
hugging
Claire's
her,
shoulder.
eyes closed really tight, and like not showing her, but like just relief and like a little tear at the side of the eye.
Okay.
But I
like
Cute.
hug her until it goes away, and then
outside of her sight.
Oh, it's good to have you back.
I suppose it's good to be back. Not that I remember being gone. I feel like I should be terribly upset, but honestly, I just remember waking up from a nightmare.
I flick a minor illusion that goes around Claire's head, and then I kiss her.
Okay, I have to do a saving throw to see if you can see that. That's a nat 20! That's you. She's like, huh? And then you kissing her, and she's like, ew. She breaks back, what do you mean, ew? I watched you making out with that elf boy in the room before. Fair play. Walks out.
Fair play.
And then she'll turn back and kiss you again.
Okay.
That was
Are
right.
you alright?
Close. You're on. Well, we're not all the way there yet.
am better than I've been in. How long has it been? Like
months.
Yeah, it's been I think over a month. I think you guys did a month of downtime
Yeah.
or somewhere.
I'm better than I've been in months, Sasha.
Right.
It's been
I would say that's good to hear, but it sounds
tenuous
like I was
and weird and just feeling helpless. Dealing with things that you know nothing about and that have power over you that you can't even fathom. Like, that I can't fathom. I don't know what you can fathom. You know what I mean?
She grabs your hands with hers and, well, I'm glad you weren't helpless. For my sake and yours.
And I'm just gonna, like, eat breakfast with her and Claire and just tell them the story of the shit that's happened over the last...
We have a bird.
An Old Spice bird.
It's a good smelling bird.
A really good smelling bird.
If Lorelai walks out of her room, will someone shut that thing up?
One just, it's my alarm. Stop! Stop! I know it's burning. I shouldn't have tried to cook 3 things.
And it's like a magical alarm that Berrian built for her, and it's like...
As she will bring out enough food for the awakened rest of them. Kea'Na is going to sit down like, hi.
She touches her face.
What are you doing?
She gets up and starts circling her. Just looking at her.
What are you doing?
You were
This
all-
is a weird
you were all-
game.
No. You were all in. You. She's just standing there dejectedly looking like kind of upset, but like weirdly like, you're here, but like you.
How do you feel?
You're weird. Pinches her cheeks.
You're alive.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you would come
See?
back. She just hugs her immediately.
Hugs you back. Come back from where?
You were a demigod, took over, and you were gone. You were fighting another god, and what if you died?
I don't remember us playing that game.
It was before.
No, I'm a dragon. Remember?
Yeah, a dragon.
Andre's the princess.
Yeah.
Or am I the princess dragon? I get it confused.
There's tears rolling down her cheeks now.
Deep and complicated lore.
It's like they're talking about this. Yaikzal's like crying, like kind of wiping it away.
You're weird! And she hugs you.
You're weird. And she'll just sit there. She won't let Kea'Na go.
Okay. Just sit there and she's like, Okay, but I gotta eat. She's like trying her best to eat.
She sits
around
on
you.
Kea'Na's lap immediately.
So good thing you're not heavy. She starts tucking into her food, using a fork and knife because she's learned how to do that. The lessons you guys have bought her are paying off. Yes, Daniel.
Eventually, at some point when we come down, I would. Okay.
So before breakfast finishes, you will be interrupted by one of the guards coming in. Right, I have a missive from the half-cloaks. They're spreading it around town, and he sets down a what looks to be like a mass-printed like piece of paper.
Okay.
Yaikzal grabs it and reads it.
Okay, grab it, turn it over. It is a combination of like words and images to try to get the point across. The words would read, "None are allowed in the Warren on pain of death."
What?
So it seems that they are closing off the Warren completely and demanding everybody leave it.
Oh, well,
They can't do that.
that
There's not much left in the Warren.
seems
Those
like
people
our
have
next...
nowhere to go.
That's where I was. I don't want... We need to save them.
Oh, I starts
So,
packing up our things.
Can you describe the Warren to us, Isaac, so that we have an idea? Because it's mostly gone. Because
Yeah, so-
Berrian was in there the other day.
So currently, there are the edges of the Warren, like the far edges on either side with the massive like palisade wooden walls that usually keep it separate from the rest of the city. But the majority of the Warren from the middle outwards has been taken over by tiles of a chessboard, basically.
So Berrian's going to tell you, he's like, I can't find any of the rats. I can't find, like, nothing. None of the people that were there are there anymore.
You managed to find Zod. He was
I found Zod, that's it.
I've been there. As Lorelai's like packing her bag of things.
Okay, let's
When
go.
have you been there?
She goes there regularly to check up on their halfway house they have.
The halfway house is gone.
No,
like-
part of it disappeared, but the edge of it was still there, and they rebuilt the other part with tents.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, what are you going to do? Fight half-cloaks?
If I have to,
To what? What's your plan if you get past the half-cloaks?
I don't know.
Well, like, I love the enthusiasm, but let's maybe talk about something that isn't going to go get us in a situation that puts us in more problems than it is. What is the plan?
I mean, I don't want to
help-
die again.
Well, to help how? I want to help you. I want to help you help them, but to help how?
Then come with me. As she's
Well,
walking out the door.
Lorelai, can you? And I'm gonna implore her.
Door shutting.
No, the door.
You can follow after her.
I'm not.
All right.
Okay. Lorelai marches out.
Well, she can't go alone.
Well, did anyone else?
I'll go!
All right.
Carries the eyes. The eyes was like, carry me.
All right. She starts walking out with you. Lorelai, wait!
All right. If I see
Come
anyone
on. Yeah,
else
let's
going,
let's
then
go
I will go.
See what's going on.
Sasha, I'll be back.
All right.
You're welcome to stay here. I don't
think
know
I-
the state of the Arcanum and who's there and how it's defended. I don't know. You
Looks
don't wanna-
over at Claire, and I think we should probably go take a look at some point, so...
Yeah.
Be safe. Breaks out the door.
Right back at you. Both of you. As you guys head out. And start making your way around the outer run towards the Warren by the docks. Before you could get to the Warren, you guys would meet what is basically like the police stop. There is the half-cloaks there. You can see they've set up a few tents where they are occasionally like questioning people, and they are like double file lining people out of the Warren in the docks area and around the city. And you can hear them shouting like, "Make your way to the gates! Make your way to the gates! Tents will be provided! Take only what you can carry! No carts! Make your way to the gates! Everyone must evacuate the Warren on pain of death!"
What's going on?
Guard turns and looks at you. "Sorry, citizen, we're busy here."
We're the ones that saved the other two parts of the city.
"Sure, and I'm the king. We're busy evacuating
Drae,
people."
do the thing.
It's like
Jogging
20
up.
seconds behind you guys.
He turns back and is directing, "Make way out! No pushing in
Show
line!"
Show him it.
I have it. Bam.
turns back. Listen, I told... Right.
That's right.
Captain! As somebody comes out of the tent, and they're, like, putting on their gloves, like, what? The king's seal looks over and... Right. Comes over, back to your work, soldier, and steps over. What can I help you with?
What's going on here?
We're evacuating the warren.
Why?
That you would have to ask the king about. I'm not at liberty to say. If you wish to use your privileges as his agent with his seal, I will tell you.
I think that's what we're doing.
That's what we're doing.
Very well. Come with me. And he will lead you over to the tent he just came out of, and you can see there's somebody sitting on a table across from somebody who is in manacles there, looks pretty haggard by the looks of it, and turns to the guard. Out, both you and him. Put him back in the line. Take the manacles off him. But he's strong. I don't care. Get out of the tent. Sits down, motions to the one chair on the other side, if it pleases you.
We all went in.
Yes, so
Yeah.
who's sitting down, if anybody?
Yaikzal's in Kea'Na's arms.
Kea'Na goes and sits, like, such a... Right. The king has commanded that we evacuate the warren. From what I understand, there's going to be an assault on it to drive out the invaders who have taken up residence there. Since we cannot guarantee a lack of civilian casualties, we're moving the civilians out.
Seems sensible.
That's smart.
Where are they being put in the midterm? What are they being provided for?
There's a tent city being made outside the city. They're being provided for as best we can. The celebration should help ease some of that.
I am reading his mind.
Okay, he is listing off what he knows. There is definitely a concern that you're using your command token not under the king's orders, but that's not his job to question. He's just filing it away. He will probably put in a report with the appropriate people at the end of it that he was questioned by somebody with the king's seal, and what he divulged to them. But other than that, he's just faithfully telling you what he knows.
Is there any way we could support it with, like, gold so they can get better care?
I mean, food wouldn't hurt.
Or pay
I'm
a
on
guard
this side.
detail?
I don't know.
Because I can help.
You would have to go to the people setting up the tent city there. I understand the church is taking part. I'm just here getting people out and dealing with riffraff as they come through.
Is there any way we could go through and check to see if anyone's hiding?
I'm not allowed anybody in. You have the king's seal, I cannot stop you.
I'm gonna send a message.
Okay.
To the king.
Alright. Cast the sending spell.
I have, question about warren evacuation. Good idea. Can we talk? Wondering about having some extra patrols around Tent City for safety.
Berrian, I understand your questions. Come see me.
Okay.
What do you think?
I asked. Well, you guys would have heard what I said.
Did we hear? Well, we heard
No.
what you said, not what he said.
No, yeah. You heard what I said, and I'm going to say.
Isn't it sending what we can't hear what they're saying?
Pretty sure
We
sending
just
Oh
is
yeah,
know.
isn't it?
from
Isn't
both
it
sides.
that they mouth it wordlessly?
I just asked him if I could have a conversation with him, and that the warren evacuation is a good idea. And I asked him about having some patrols, extra patrols put around the tent city, and he said to come chat with him.
Okay, sending is not the one that nobody around you can hear it. So.
Okay, so they can hear what I say, they can't hear what he says.
Correct, yeah.
So I relay what he says, and I'll you guys see what you can do around here. I'll be back, and I will cast fly and gone.
Okay. As you take off into the air, as you're flying along, you do see a griffin swoop down from the massive storm eyrie that like hangs above the palace on the like massive stone monolith that goes up. Swoops by. You don't recognize the knight, but you recognize the like silver armor of one of the soaring knights as they swoop by. See it's you and back up. It does seem like they're watching the air at this point.
Okay, I'll wave.
Gets hit by a rock from a cloud giant from a million miles away.
69 damage.
Ooh!
Guys,
You
that your
look
new
over,
house,
you can see a mile away a cloud fortress and somebody with binoculars.
What is?
To 4.
Okay, that'll be 5 more hit points.
Let's go.
So you make your way into the inner run. You get let through the palace gates. If you're flying above it, they will, like...
No, I would go down and just
Okay.
be like, I have a meeting with the king.
Through. And opens the gate for you.
I'm like, oh, good to see you, Ernie.
Nods at you and lets you through. The servant is waiting for you and turns as soon as you come in and starts walking towards the throne room. You get there. You are announced.
I would do a little head bow.
Yeah, you know, appropriate is walk up to the king and kneel.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah, so you walk up, kneel, and rise, please, Berrian.
All right.
Table, like the command table, still set up there, and there are some people like hovering over it. Some of the generals you've seen around.
I just kind of like look at the people around and then look at him and just give like a slight. We're good.
That's fine. So, I understand, if I remember correctly, you have some ties to the Warren, yes?
I spent a good deal of time there with my brother growing up, when there wasn't other accommodations available in the city. I have some fondness for the Warrens. I'm wondering if there's a way that maybe me and mine can assist in that, however you might need assistance, and if there's maybe a way where we could have some extra patrols just around that camp out there while they're out.
Well, my wife assures me you're trustworthy, so I will divulge. Bran is back, and we are planning to bombard the Warren.
Okay.
We're going to chase out the outsiders and get our Warren back one way or the other. And this
Okay.
should be a good move if it's successful for the festival we're planning.
Okay.
As for the tent city, I've spared what men I can, but with the standing army in one of the places, there's little I can spare. There are some patrols. As for hiring more, everything I can put my coffers to has already been used in more strategically valuable areas.
How much would you need to bolster those patrols? I might have some money of mine and we could add to it.
Depends how long it lasts. I mean, if we could hire 100 mercenaries, that would make things easier. I've dried up most of the mercenaries I can hire. I doubt we'll be able to get any new ones in from Ellerin
So
in time.
it's not a gold issue, it's a manpower.
It's both, supply and gold.
Okay.
Solving one problem won't solve the other. If you wish to patrol it, I will not take anything from you, and I'm sure the guard can be notified to expect you.
Alright, well, if you want to let them know, if there's I'm just trying to think of like if you could give them a means to contact us if something were to come up so that we could respond.
Best I can do is your name and shouting.
Okay. Alright, well, we'll do our best to keep an ear out and yeah. Alright, well, thank you.
I do have one more thing that it's fortuitous that you're here.
Okay.
We are planning a festival, given the recent cataclysmic happenings between a certain water being and an angel.
Yes.
We are aware you had a part to play in that, and I've been meaning to ask you to take part in the festival and to accept our version of events.
Okay.
I understand the angel falling was not our best moment. A shaking of the people's faith in Nuldir is not what we need at this time. We have hired some bards and storytellers to throw a festival for the angel that chased away the creature of the tower and the deep. I think you can understand the version of events we are spreading here.
I'm not here for the fame.
I have no problem spinning you into the story. What is important is that the angel chased off the creature.
That's fine with me. I'm not a particularly religious man, but I can support what allows other people to live happily. And
Religion has its uses.
yeah, and I'm honestly, I went to that tower for other reasons. I went there to
6:30 p.m.
help the city, and I went back to retrieve a friend.
Screen locked.
So yeah, I'm fine with whatever type of events you wanna.
I would like you to spread this to your companions as well. You can understand the fewer voices, especially influential ones, such as your own, speaking against it, the better.
Okay. Would you like any help with the celebration?
I would not mind having your group up to be awarded medals.
Okay.
You have been instrumental in much of what has happened in the city.
All right. Yeah. For sure. I can also, yeah. Okay. Sound doable. Done.
It
Very
is
well.
Wednesday on Doom.
It is Wednesday, Andu. Yes. Hello, welcome back. Oh, shit! It's Wednesday. I love it. Very well. I'm glad we got to speak. You are dismissed.
Right. Thank you.
You kneel to the king.
I'll
Make your
nod
exit.
him and bow to him and Hestia.
Hestia's not in there at the moment, but you kneel to him and make your exit.
Do I notice anyone else in this room?
Just the generals and him at the moment. Hestia's chair is empty.
Okay, no prince.
No, the prince is not around at the moment.
All right. Okay, well, you know how to get a hold of me if you need something.
Nods to you as you exit.
Hello.
Yandu says, "Good evening, friends. Hope you four are well."
Good
We are.
evening,
Yes, thank you.
friends.
You missed my starting scene screen, but I'll send it
Yes.
to you on Discord.
Yeah.
That's kind of sad.
So, you rejoin your friends who have been waiting for
Meanwhile,
you. Meanwhile, are you guys doing something, or are you just waiting?
Lorelai is kind of just berating this guy. Listen, these people have known nothing but pain and suffering from you. So you need to treat them with respect and care.
Of course.
Still reading his mind.
This lady. This bitch.
Lorelai.
This will be while you're gone.
Oh, I thought.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I thought I'd come back.
Alright, where are they now?
Some are still in there. We are currently continuing efforts to move all of them out as quickly as possible. Our deadline is this evening.
Alright, what's your name?
Captain Smith.
Smith. Good to know. And she's just gonna walk into the warren.
Okay. Again, just...
Guys' arms open. Let's go!
There's a couple guards. Ma'am! Halt!
Just sort of
Leave
waves
her!
them off.
Leave her.
She kind of just storming and and she's gonna go to her homeless shelter, see if people are still there.
Okay. You make your way over. It involves crossing the totality of the warren. A couple of the guards go running past you at some point, and they keep stopping at guards to spread the word about the woman who's allowed in. You make your way over and get there. You can see the tent has been taken
Probably
down.
also grab the symbol from Drae.
Sure,
just-
that's helpful.
Is Kea'Na and Yaikzal are following.
Okay, so the three of you head in. You on Kea'Na's back at this point.
Yeah.
Send message.
Kea'Na tried to put her down, and Yaikzal crawled right back up.
Okay. And then just perch on her
Roll
back.
10 for the gems.
like a gorgon on the shoulders.
So you arrive. The tents that had made up part of it have been taken down. You can see scraps of them around. It looks like it was quite a hurry, and probably
Sad.
people were fighting over them.
Yeah.
All of the Proudfoots are gone, and nobody is in it currently. It is just deserted. It's kind of weird to see empty, especially left as rushed as it was, because everybody just took what they could. You imagine some of the stuff that you guys were paying for has now ended up in other people's pockets, and some of it is just left sitting. There's a cup. Still a little bit of steam coming off of it, very much abandoned in haste.
Okay. She's gonna make sure to grab everything that is a part of the Tulnir shrine that's in there.
Okay.
Grab all of that, all this stuff. Anything else that's easy to carry, and
I don't think the Tulnir shrine would be super portable.
Okay. Well, I mean just
You can grab
bits
the
and
offering
bobs that are
bowls and-
part.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
just
can grab the incense
not
and the
the
offering
whole
bowl.
thing. Just lugging
The
around
most
is
important part.
yeah, just anything she can from it.
Okay, yeah, you grab the ancillary stuff for the
Mm-hmm.
altar, and then making your way out, or what's the plan?
Yeah, and seeing that they're not here, it's gonna help anyone she sees, trying to do stuff, and make her way back towards where they're all being led and see if she can track them down.
Okay,
We'll probably collect the rest of us.
Because he said that some people were still in there.
yeah, they are actively kicking people out of
Can
the warren.
Yaikzal go around the alleys to see if anyone's trying to hide from them?
Sure, yeah, make me a perception check.
This one. My perception's +4. 3. 16.
Yeah.
16.
Okay. You're walking about just like zipping down the alleys, like seeing if you can see anybody the guards are missing, and they're looking up and just occasionally at you guys running around freely. And you eventually get to a spot that's kind of quieter. The guards have like searched through it already. And as you're going by and you turn, you see two pair of eyes like staring through this like crack in one of the like huts that's set up there, and you like screech to a stop a few feet past
Can I
that.
crouch down to meet the eyes?
Crouch down, and yeah, it's like a little like maybe thigh height that you like crouch down to and see. And there's just a pair of eyes like looking out of this darkness, like hiding in between. There's like the wall of the hut behind them, and then like this like remains of something that was built there before leaned against it that they're peering through.
Hello? Hello? I see you looking at me. I'm here to help. It's not safe here right now. They're launching an attack here, and I want everyone out. I'll help you get out, and you can come stay with me.
Mom?
Your mom? Come out, please.
Make me a persuasion check.
Oh no. That's a 8.
You see the eyes like duck down and shrink until they go away from the slat there.
I can
Does Lorelai
offer...
see this? It's like,
No,
while
she's
he
been
was-
running off finding people.
Okay.
You can... I'll give you food.
Maybe another
clothing.
persuasion check. I mentioned food.
18.
Yo.
You see there's like a rustling that happens, and then crawling out from the side is like maybe a 6-year-old girl.
She
Comes
don't-
out like covered in mud, and as she comes out you can see she's holding a bag. You can see the crest of the half cloaks on it, and you can hear it like jingle with coin.
She would open her arms to her like a hug kind of thing, or offer her hand.
Comes in and like leans against your one arm and is like reaching for your bag for food.
She has some on her.
You
'Cause
pull out
she's-
some
she
like jerky
died.
or ration.
Yeah. She has meat on her constantly now.
Yeah.
You give it
Weird.
to the girl and she...
Can I take you out of here? You could stay with me. You don't have to go with them. I won't even show them that. Please? She'll pick her up.
Pick the girl up, and you take the bag and like tuck it somewhere.
And she'll...
Make me a sleight of hand to grab this without any of the patrols noticing.
Sleight of hand. 12.
Okay, you start to pocket it just as like a guard patrol comes around the edge there, and see one of them turn, spot the symbol, and look up at you. What are you doing?
Invisible. No, I'm kidding. No,
I don't think you could turn the girl
casts
invisible.
darkness.
As you feel the girl like cling to you as the darkness
She
comes up.
whispers. She's like, "It's okay. I'm helping us. Just don't let go. Just don't let go."
You hear a bell ringing, and you turn to see the guard is like ringing an alarm bell at this point, like outsiders.
She's running.
Okay. Okay, you're trying to escape with this girl, and the guards do think that you are like an outsider doing something suspicious. So, we're gonna do this as a mini skill challenge. I need
okay.
2 successes from you.
For what?
Before you get a failure. So,
Okay.
any 2 skills you think can help you with this, but if you fail, they get you surrounded.
Stealth?
Maybe survival.
Would be a good one.
Yeah.
Like,
Like
Yeah, stealth is a great
survival
skill
to
here.
navigate,
bubble of
acrobatics to
darkness around her, though?
parkour.
Well, but she can use it, like, so if you want to use stealth, you will have to drop the darkness bubble once you get out of sight to try to, like,
Yeah,
hide.
no,
it
that's what I
from-
want to do. I want to.
Okay.
you can also
get
just
outside.
well, I guess. Yeah, I don't know if you can
Okay.
carry someone.
Not hot.
Yondu just realized how big your son is. He's massive.
13, so that's a fail. 13?
This is actually you rolling against them. That is not a fail. With their 11.
Holy.
And-
Nothing but the best for our king.
And I'm gonna use acrobatics.
Okay, so, acrobatics, go ahead and roll it. And this one will be a DC.
Dirty 20.
That is a success. So, you, darkness coming up, the girl, like, clings to you a bit, like, cries out, you, like, whisper to her. You see a couple of them not ringing the bell, like, bows drawn, start firing at you. Use the darkness to avoid the arrows and, like, leap up a couple of the ramshackle huts here, get on top, jump like a whole alley to the other side, drop the darkness, and like slip in between some of them. Start listening for people like running about you, and start making your way down the alley till you hear them going like the wrong way. You pop up, see where they are, realize there's not a good way out at this point, and start to just like scale houses, like leaping up where you need to or down, crawling under things, all while like holding on to this little girl
and she's,
as
like,
you go.
patting her back too, running her, scratching the.
And you eventually get her out and back to the main street, where you just kind of throw your cloak up and start carrying her.
Clothes first, food, and a bath. And she'll start going to the tower with her.
Okay, you walk her out. You would probably get back to Evandrel, whose brother would probably have joined him sometime around then. Who, of course, manages to walk away exactly when I need him every time.
They watch Yaikzal walk away.
Drae also walks away.
They see Yaikzal like
in opposite directions.
They see Yaikzal run in and come out with a child from a different area.
Yeah, Drae, you see her coming out holding this lump. You're trying to figure out like how much she had to carry, and you notice like it's a child in her arms. Oh, Yondu says, just trying to support the homies. You know I love you, and I've grown to love your group here too. Well, thank you, Yondu, for the part of that was about us. Much appreciated, my man. And the support is appreciated as well.
Okay, it's just...
Yeah, Drae, you
just
watch
kind
her
of like
walk out holding a child.
focused on the girl too, like a little distracted. She was in the Warren. Alone. Called out for a mom. Mom wasn't there.
Just sort of pats her on the head.
And Yaikzal's like, I'm going to go give her a bath, and we're gonna get her clothes. She'll walk off.
Okay. You walk away from there with the girl in tow, make your way to the tower, come in, and Wednesday's busy just like doing some general cleaning around the front.
She's not trying to... She's like, Wednesday, I'll be upstairs.
Honey! Oh, alright, well...
It's the girl from the Warren.
Hi, darling. See it like peek out from your robe a little bit, like tuck back in. You want me to run the bath?
Yes, please.
Alright.
Do you have any tiny clothes? At all?
No, but I could head to the orphanage and get some.
I can get her some clothes. I just was wondering.
Alright. I mean, it's no trouble if you want me to, and then you can be here with her.
We could go get her new clothes together. I wanted to get her a new outfit.
Alright, aye. Sounds well.
Okay. She'll follow Wednesday upstairs in the bath.
Okay, yeah, Wednesday will set to heating water and drawing a bath for you, and about an hour later you'll have a hot bath for her.
So she'll give her a bit, like, the gentlest Yaikzal's ever been in her life.
She's very nervous with you, like she clings to you, and then once she's down, she doesn't look like she's like clinging to you for dear life, and then not sure if she trusts you like immediately. You manage to coax her into the bath and like get her cleaned up gently, and then you wrap her probably just in like a spare cloak as best you can and carry her out. And you guys make your way
downstairs
to,
for food.
Downstairs for yeah, okay. Yaikzal will probably take some of the food that she had already. I had some salad for you because you were late to dinner or breakfast.
Meat.
Oh, sure, I can.
You know, it is made
some.
of meat. 6-year-old children.
Jesus, Alex!
This is a very gentle moment until then.
Oh,
Freshly cleaned.
hey, it puts it down in front of the girl then, and I'll whip something up.
She'll sit her on her lap too.
Now you start helping her eat the salad, and she'll like chew a bit and like gets to like a piece of onion and just like spits it out.
If you don't like it, you don't have to eat it.
Okay.
You could be as picky as you want.
Mom?
I could be your mom. Or do you need me to help you find her? Did she escape, or was she still in there? Okay.
Shrugs her shoulders.
We'll find her. But until then, I'll protect you.
Takes another bite. Spits out another onion. Wednesday will come back with a bit of like pan-seared bacon for you. She's like, hey.
It's gone.
It's like seared in some places and raw in others because she just cooked it as fast as possible. And you guys can go out and get her a pair of like well-fitting clothes for, 2 silver.
It's a child!
No, I'm saying that's good.
Okay.
I'm not like, ooh.
As Berrian, you fly down and land next to your brother, probably shortly after Yaikzal's left. Lorelei still hasn't managed to return yet.
No.
And you just see him waiting where you left them.
Oh, I thought we would have all been back at the tower by now.
Nope.
No, Drae is currently trying to talk the guards into playing dice. Like, come on. Like, what else do you have to do?
They are at this point just like walking by you, completely ignoring you, like just swamped with evacuating people.
Where's Lorelai and Kea'Na?
They went in. I don't know what they're doing.
Well, I don't know.
It's kind of important to me, too. I just don't want to, like... There's a lot of people in there.
Message to Lorelai. Spoke with the king. Meet you back at the tower when you're done.
She'd get this, like, right as she's putting the finishing touches on... Well, no, she would be helping people at this point. Mm-hmm. She's, like, gathering people and trying to direct them still.
Yeah. Alright.
Alright.
So, probably about hour and a half later, Lorelai will have made her way to the outskirts of the city. And they basically go out and then just directly right of the gate, and, like, 50 feet off in one of the fields there, they've, like, stamped it down and set up tents.
She would have grabbed Drae at least if Berrian isn't there when she would have, like, swung out to grab...
Oh, I wasn't sure if Drae was coming with me.
Drae would have stuck around.
Okay.
So yeah, you guys can head out there. It'll be about an hour later that you find yourself out there. It's a good thing most of the Warren is missing. So it's you know, like a fifth of the population, I think, which is still a considerable amount of people. And yeah, you guys can see chaos kind of slowly coming together. This will also be the first time you guys have seen the Heliod before. These are the like elite knights of the Church of Light. So you can see a couple of men and women, a very small number of them, along with their like Templars that travel with them, who are playing less the role of like knights or guards and more the role of like a firm voice for a reason. The Heliod are immediately obvious from their like gilded armor that they wear and the tabard belonging to Nuldir as well, and they are just dealing with problems they arise, healing people, disputes that pop up. If one of them is around and shows up, it quiets people down fairly quickly. They're a fairly firm voice of authority, and they're not exactly gentle, but efficient.
Yeah. Hey.
And the guard are playing bad cop to that when they need to, basically.
Nice to see you. What are you?
You saying this to a random Heliod?
Yep.
Okay. One of them turns towards you. You can see a man, looks to be in maybe his early 50s, balding in the top, but like keeps his hair like buzzed close to his head, and turns to you. He's like wide shoulders, thick, like a powerful, imposing character in front of you, and sober citizen.
You're from the church, right?
I'm a member of the Heliod.
Sorry about your angel, and he's gonna walk away.
There's no response to that. Yeah, you just walk away from that.
This Lorelai berates Drae a little bit in his mind. And then, yeah, Lorelai is just gonna lead Drae around, and she's looking for her people, any people who look like they're, like, panicking or anything. She's just gonna try and keep these people, like, calm, reassure them that it's okay, and, like...
There's, like, a net none of the Proudfoots around. But she recognizes some of the people who she's seen when she's been around the like home that you guys have set up there. So she goes around and tries to gather them, make sure they're doing well. Things are not at the point where you can really tell whether things are going well or not. Lots of people have questions about where food is. Lots of people have answers about where food is. There's rumors flying. Nobody knows what's true, what's real. People have been like half-told things that have been changed and set up somewhere else. It's very much the like scramble and chaos of this like newly forming city of tents that's being established here.
Okay.
Not a lot to learn other than it's chaos, the guards are around, and the Heliod seem to be taking point.
Yeah. Lorelai, for sure, and probably she'll just, like, keep Drae around.
Okay.
As, like, they're just gonna stay here.
Okay. Are they gonna head back to the tower at all?
Probably not. Like, Lorelai definitely won't.
Okay.
If something, like, comes up, Drae might.
Okay, well, you did say you would meet them at the tower when you answered as sending, so that would be a thing that came up.
Oh, yeah, she would...
Meet you at the tower, yeah.
No, what's said is said. If you choose not to, that's fine.
No, yeah, she's gonna send a sending to Berrian. Like, hey, it's me. I'm just gonna stay here. Let me know if you need me.
I do need you. The king requested something of us. It's important we talk. And I have information
You're
for
out.
you. No, I'm not.
No?
I have no.
Oh, did I only get to 10? Oh, yeah. I skipped ahead by 10.
Okay, I'm counting my words.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
It's fun. It's fun to count words.
I do it for everybody. Yeah.
Yeah. Just goes wizards. Yeah. So. She'll tell people, I'll be right back.
You're still here? People are just in a disarray at this point. As you and Drae head back?
Yep.
Okay.
Don't know where Yaikzal is at this moment. Timelines are weird. But
I'm at the tower.
Yeah, she would be at the tower, back with
yeah,
clothes for the kid.
they'll make their way back.
They're like not in the main room though. They're kind of hidden away.
Yeah, you and Kea'Na are probably playing with her in another room, and she's like clothes and food in her, and like a promise about finding her mom has like cheered up considerably and is like playing with you, but every once in a while like stops and gets a little like sad. And Kea'Na comes over and like scoops her up. Airplane!
Cute.
And you would get back to, I imagine, Berrian hanging out in the main area. Danny? Where would they find Berrian when they return?
I'm just in the main area,
Okay, so yeah, you come back, see him there, Yaikzal,
like
and
in
Kea'Na out of the room.
eating area.
Hey, what's so important?
Great. Can we get the group together?
Sure.
I would call
You guys
all the
will-
group.
would walk down holding the girl.
Got the little girl like carrying her along with you.
She gave her like a teddy bear that she bought her. Like
She's like maybe 6, but definitely malnourished, so like very small for her
she has a
age.
she
Yeah,
has a
it's
tiny
a
teddy
big,
bear that Yaikzal would have gotten
squishy,
her.
like green skin, big ears, big eyes, brown fluffy coat.
Who?
He's describing her baby Yoda squish that she has.
okay.
No, but yeah, she's holding a little
What?
teddy bear while you carry her.
Why do you Why would you take this from this girl?
So, we have. I spoke with the king, and he has some changes, and I just explained to them basically. He wants to portray a certain image about what happened at the tower.
Wednesday comes in. Drinks, anybody?
Please.
Water, please.
Ready? She'll come back
Booze.
with water and sit down with you guys and give you a thing of booze.
You might as well know this too, and
Oh,
the
yeah.
people that are around for solidarity. I would call the guards too. That are working. Well, the guard captain.
Sure, yeah, you bring the captain.
And,
You
like-
do know that this is something the king's trying to keep as like unpublic as possible.
Oh, then it would just be us, and I would take us up to an area where there weren't people around.
Okay.
Then. But Wednesday would be there.
Okay.
Probably Ariana, because well, Lorelai.
She's
was
not
already-
here.
She's not
so
there. She's
doesn't
in.
matter. The king wants to make it out like the angel, chased away the demigod.
Wait.
Because it's not a good look for the king and his people to have basically made it so that they could kill the church's avenging angel
That makes sense.
for an eldritch god,
Right.
not from this plane. So I don't personally give a shit who takes the glory for this. I don't care. He wants us to be available to take some medals and basically pump it up that we were there to help the angel and how it made the killing blow.
When?
I don't know. Whenever he decides during this celebration, he'll probably let us know.
All right. And Lorelai's like kneeling down to this girl, like sort of talking
No, she's,
sideways to
She's
Berrian.
up. Yaikzal's holding her up.
The girl wouldn't be here right now.
She is.
The-
Yaikzal would be with her.
I wouldn't have had this conversation if the
Yaikzal
girl was.
wasn't there.
Caroline, I'll take her. You go. You gotta do group things. I'm always gone anyways. Airplane! Sails her out of the room.
All right. So then that conversation happens. The
Yes.
girl's not there.
Yeah.
Alright,
We
that
just
works.
need to keep it on the down low, and this is. It's the way it is. It's the best thing. It's going to help the city, and it's going to not cause problems with. We don't need any religious strife.
Sure. Yeah. I get it.
Okay.
Sort of looks at the door.
Would you like to hear the rest of the information?
Is there more?
Yeah, about patrols and what you can do to help the people from the war in and all that stuff I talked to the king about.
Sure.
I'll fill her in on how the king has patrols. He spent all of his money and got as much mercenaries as he can. Ways that you could help them is if you're willing to do some patrols, that could help around the thing. Or if you can find a way to get some food and healing to the people out there, that could be another way that you could help. Other than that, it's pretty well tapped out.
That was my plan.
Okay, well, I'm just confirming that the king is doing everything that he can do.
Great.
And the Heliod's out there, so... If anything, they're a deterrent.
Right. That's what we need.
Hmm?
That's what we need.
A deterrent.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, to stop the massive creatures and beasts that come from the forest to kill the people there. Absolutely, we would need a deterrent.
I agree.
Okay.
During the conversation about the angel, I could be your angle or I could be your devil.
Adam DeVille.
I can be both. Wait, I don't want to get our sound to you. Wait, it's not copyrighted, is it? I don't know.
No.
Leave it alone.
And during that, Yaikzal would have like scooted closer to Kea'Na.
Kea'Na's not there.
No, she left.
She took the child out.
That was the entire plan. She's gonna scoot her close to Kea'Na because she likes Kea'Na.
No, Kea'Na took the
Kea'Na's
child
gone with the
out
child.
of the room for you guys to
Why
discuss.
was
us
I
right now.
there?
Yeah.
It was useless for me to be there.
It wasn't, no.
You need to know the information.
You're part of the group.
Yeah, and then before Lorelai goes, she's gonna check in on this mystery girl.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I'm done.
Yaikzal-
Yeah, as long as there's nothing else.
The minute
with her.
she's done, she scoops up the girl.
Picks her up, and Lorelai's walking over towards you guys.
Who's this?
I found her in the alley. She was hiding.
Oh, that's a shame.
We have to find... She has a mom somewhere. Hopefully.
I wouldn't happen to have found anyone looking for a child.
Lots of people. Yeah.
Do I hear them saying this?
Probably. Yeah, you guys are all going to go in the same direction.
I might be able to help.
Oh?
Could you describe me your mom? I'm gonna ask her. I'm like, I can help find your mom.
They're safe. It's okay.
Would you want that?
Big.
Okay, here. You come with me. I'm gonna bring her
Grabs
over.
onto Yaikzal.
That's fine. Bring her. I need you to describe her to me.
Okay.
Yeah, this girl, not going to be very useful for giving a description.
You're not knowing what I'm doing.
Oh, what are you doing?
I'm taking her up there and I'm getting her just to describe me her mom the best as she can, and I'm going to draw her.
You get tall.
Okay, great,
Dark
tall,
hair.
great. All I need is a likeness. Doesn't matter.
I think you need more than that. This girl does not have a good enough ability to describe her mom for you to get what you would need for a likeness.
Okay, well I can still do scrying even without a likeness. I don't need it. She's just rolling a wisdom save against me.
I think you need to know who you're scrying against.
I could also use the daughter as a reference for what the mom would look like.
Okay, let's see. So you've got have heard of the target. Okay, yeah. So
Heard
that's
of it.
second hand. Possession or garment? We want to counter child possession.
Hey, do you have anything your mom gave you? Do you have a gift from your mom? Anything special that your mom gave you that used to be hers?
Shakes her head no and just
No
looks at the
necklaces, no
ground.
pendant, no clothes, no socks, no nothing.
Head's getting lower, shaking her head.
Yaikzal just pulled her closer.
Hey,
She was from the Warren.
I know,
What do you think she had?
I'm trying to help.
You're making her scared.
Was the money from the sack given to you by your mom?
The sack hasn't been shown. Or
No, you wouldn't know it. But it was clearly something she stole off one of the guards.
Okay, well I wasn't sure. Maybe her
Or
mom...
somebody stole off one of the
Okay,
guards.
whatever. I have the knowledge of it, and,
Yeah.
and if you would, I could draw
Alright.
her mom based on her characteristics, just like what the daughter looks like, to see if I get a likeness.
Okay. So you cast the spell. So you have secondhand knowledge, which is a +5 to her saving throw. I'm going to say the girl is a -4 to her saving throw. So I'm leaving her with a +1,
Okay, sure.
which makes the 18 a 19.
Okay, no, so I can't do anything.
So you cast the scrying spell. You
It
can feel it
fails.
starting to pull over towards something before the magic stutters.
Well, I know she's alive. I will
That's
try to
good.
cast the spell again.
Okay. So you
She rolls again.
This disadvantage, I can't do that. Really funny.
And that will turn the 8 into a 9.
Okay, she fails. I see her.
As it pulls over and you see the likeness of a woman, the area around her just like this white kind of wash of nothing. But you can see her moving around. She seems to be conversing with people. She looks like she's in a panic.
I can see the area around her.
No, you can see either the creature or you can scry on an area.
Yeah, so...
But not on like...
You don't get both.
Yeah.
Okay, but can I switch it to the area?
No, you need to scry on a particular area you know of.
Okay, do I see anything around her?
No, you just see her. She looks panicked. You know what she looks like now. And she looks like she's going around just asking as many people as she can about her daughter. Like, just in a panic.
Okay, I've seen her now.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to send a message to her.
Okay.
Now that I've seen her.
Yep.
Hello, don't panic. I'm a wizard. My tower. Here's the address in...
I'm going to say the
Alokrin.
directions to the tower probably take the rest of...
No, it's just the address.
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da-da. I have your daughter. She's safe. And I send, like, a mental picture.
Oh, God.
Okay. You send this message to her.
And I give my name Berrian Jacobson. I had 2 words left. I had enough words left for that.
My daughter? You have my daughter? Wait, is she safe?
She got the message I gave her.
Yes, she did. That's what you get back.
I send another one. Yes, she is safe. Here is the address for my tower. It's beside the... Da-da-da. Come get your daughter.
Okay. All right, I'm coming. Just make sure she's all right, and check on her and tell her mom's coming, and just ramble on until she gets cut off.
Okay. Your mom's coming. I found her.
She
Thank you,
smiles
Brian.
up at you a little bit.
That's fine. What's your mom's name?
Mom.
Do you want to get her a gift? We can go find her a gift.
Nods to you.
And she'll start running through the tower with her.
You start moving around the tower.
Here, you can give her this ring.
Okay.
Give her
Takes it
this necklace.
From you. She just give her things. She gets like a handful of like whatever you can find.
Probably
Looks
not-
very unsure, but she's like happy and keeps like looking at the door.
It's very nice. Nice things make you a target.
That's fine. I'd be a target any day for her.
Well, I'm not worried about you.
I guess they could stay with us.
You can't take in everyone.
I'll get them an inn.
Sure.
Tent City doesn't sound super safe.
As depending on how she does. Okay. About an hour passes and nobody arrives at the tower.
Alright, I'm gonna go find her. And Lorelai's gonna leave and cast locate person, get Berrian to like give her a minor illusion.
I would draw the person.
Okay, yeah, you draw her an image and you're walking, you cast the spell on it. You can feel the paper like tugging you into the city. Out of the city, to the tent city, to the half-cloak tents. And you arrive there, there's a couple of guards scurrying about and one who's just like posted standing guard outside of the tent. And
I need this woman.
what for?
King's business.
Right, I'll see if we have her, and takes the sheet from you and heads in. Comes out a moment later with, like, just tear-stained face, red eyes, this woman, matching fairly closely the image you have of her, with, like, manacles on. Right? Here she is,
Unchain her,
and
please. Thank you.
unlocks the manacles and releases her to your custody.
Hi. I'm a friend of Berrian's. Come with me.
Barry, the one with my daughter?
Yes.
All right. How'd you get them to let me go?
It's a secret.
All right. You sure my daughter's okay?
Very much so, yes.
All right. And she follows after you and pads barefoot after you into the city.
And while they're walking, Lorelai's gonna try and, like, get from her, like, what she's been able to gather about what's going on.
You get this panicked story of seeing the guards going by, stealing a bag of coin, hearing the guards coming back and like handing it to her daughter and like shoving her into a hidey hole and trying to like talk nice to them, and then being like forced away from the house because she was being evacuated. Her daughter left behind with an illicit bag of gold in her hand. And then her losing her from there, not being allowed back in, being basically drugged, like cricking and screaming. Got the message from Berrian while like searching desperately anywhere for her daughter. Tried to leave and they're not letting her back in the city. And she wouldn't listen, like started fighting and got arrested when she wouldn't comply.
Lovely. That's what I thought.
You make it back to the tower with her, and she like comes in, looking around, sees you with her daughter, and
She puts her
you know,
down.
like waves to her mom, like drops the ring out of her hand and like bounces on the ground. Mom rushes up and like picks her up in a big hug and is like squeezing her. See her like eyes popping out of her head a little bit, and she's like throwing her around. Like, so glad you're safe, and gives her a couple of kisses on her head.
I can set you up somewhere with an inn where
What?
you're not around guards.
What? Sorry. Looking up
Sorry,
forward.
I found your daughter in the warren,
Thank
so
you.
I took her here, got her
Thank you.
bathed, gave her some food, got her some new clothes,
No, dear, bless you.
and I want to set you and her up in the city.
Oh, I couldn't.
I want
no,
to.
you've done too much
No,
already.
you could work for me. Like
For you,
I have a school. You could make money. You don't have to
I
work.
don't have
You don't
any
have to live in the
skills.
warren anymore.
I don't have any skills. I could never
You have-
pay you back.
Do you know how to dress a wound?
No.
I could teach you. I'll teach you anything you need to know.
Make me a persuasion check. I'll give you advantage.
Aw, thanks. 19.
19. She looks at you. You would do that for us?
Of course.
Why?
I used to be in her position without a mom. So
Comes over and pats your head. Bless you.
I want to set you up with a house, a job, so you guys can support yourselves. And I think you need a meal.
Throws up her daughter, and we found some good people, and kisses her forehead again. All right, whatever you want.
Wednesday,
Hey?
can we get another bath and food?
Looks over at the woman who's like barefoot, ragged, red face, and right, sure. Yeah.
Does she look like she'd fit like clothes that Yaikzal would wear?
Probably not. You're much. Well, how big is Yaikzal?
She's 5'1".
5'1". Maybe. It wouldn't be like the best fit. Like you're a lot wider than she is.
She's
but,
taller than me, right?
you're probably pretty similar in height.
Okay, so I
but
know.
you're a lot burlier than she is.
Okay. Well, they're taking a bath or whatever. I'd go get her an outfit that's skinnier than me.
Okay. Yeah, you bring her one of your more
No,
like.
I'd go buy her.
Oh, you go buy
Get
it.
her new
Okay, yeah,
clothes.
you. Judging stuff, you're like, yeah, that wouldn't fit, and buy it. Person see you buy is like, what? But you come back with an outfit that's a
And shoes.
decent fit, a pair of shoes for her. Do your best to guess; they'll work. And she gets bathed up. Yes, Daniel.
When the daughter and the mom come out,
Mhm.
spend 1 point for meta magic, subtle spell, steal one strike.
Oh my god!
I'm kidding.
Did you quick save first at least? Oh!
How to get Yaikzal to never forgive you 101.
No.
You load your quick save. It was really frustrating. You went to attack the child.
The
and you
lich
couldn't...
takes no damage.
No, I'm picturing like you went to attack and you went for the child first, and you tried to press right trigger and it wouldn't let you swing. You just like hold up your weapon, and they're like, "My dad's the king."
No, it's literally the I shouldn't hit that. I need to go. I shouldn't hit that. I need to go. I shouldn't hit that. There's people that need me.
And then you're
I
like-
shouldn't hit that.
And then
She's-
cuts down the mother.
And then you're like, oh wait, AoE spell.
Child like, wow, that was really scary for a moment. Just a burnt lobby and a dead mother. So, yeah, the child NPCs have the immortality privileges on for sure.
Good. That's how it should be.
So they get washed up, come down. You get some fresher clothes on her and a pair of sandals. And
Can we get?
you can get her set up in an inn if you want.
I want to get her food.
Yeah. Once she was busy bathing, Wednesday would have made her some food, so there'd be some more,
Okay.
a little less quickly cooked food ready. And she bites. She looks very nervous and very unsure of how she's ever going to repay you for all this.
I would take her to the Black Mug Inn.
Okay, yeah. You go to the Black Mug, see the familiar dwarf behind it, and
We
more trouble again.
Not me. The Warren was evacuated.
I heard.
These two were there, and the Warren wasn't treating them well. Or, like, the guards weren't treating them well because they're half-cloaks. Of course, I don't treat them well.
Right. Well, it's
And
not a charity
wanna-
here.
I'm gonna set them up here before I set them up in a house.
All right.
Make
I'm not
sure
going to argue with you.
anyone coming for them, they're not here.
Very well. You alone then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, grabs a key and hands it over to them.
And she'll take them
over-
upstairs.
Take them up, get them set up in one of the decent rooms that they have there. It's plenty big for a woman and her 6-year-old.
If you need me, the tower, if you remember the
You
directions.
should be able to manage.
Is it quite?
Anything. I mean it.
All right.
She'll hand them a coin pouch with 500 gold.
She takes
Jesus
the coin
Christ.
pouch and opens it.
And she's gone.
Yeah, you hear the thud. Not of a coin pouch. You hear the thud of a body hitting the ground. As
She's
she-
allergic to
She
gold.
full
No.
out faints. At this point, it's a good thing she put the daughter down on the bed because she was sleeping on the way here at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, you hear the thud of like her hitting the floor.
It's like, oh, fuck.
And you gather back at the tower with your companions.
Lorelai, like,
I
basically as soon as she was confident Yaikzal had this under control, is going back probably to the main Warrens after hearing that they're actually being assholes, surprisingly, about getting poor people out of their homes. She's going to...
You would get back to a line of guards on either side and no more stream of people coming out.
Alright, then she would just go to the tent city.
Yeah. The only thing left happening there is people are yelling in, like, leave, or you will be killed. As they're yelling in, but they've done their best at evacuating people at this time, and they're just... the way most people read it is you'll be executed, but you at this point know enough of the story to know they mean more like you're going to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. So they're just yelling in that warning to anybody who may still be hiding out, but they've done what they can. So if you want to head back out to the tent city, that's where people are now. Yes, Daniel?
I'll let her finish.
Yeah, like, nothing, just more of the same.
Okay.
Like, she's just going to be, like, a legitimate, gentle voice in all this, trying to keep people calm,
Yeah.
people happy. Like, she can't conjure food until tomorrow, so she's just gonna...
Make me a persuasion check.
Okay. That's a 10 total.
So Lorelai's not exactly in her element to start with.
She's a little off-putting.
The other thing is, the Heliod seem to have the right tone here. This is a bunch of fairly frantic, chaotic people, usually the lowest rung of society as is, and there's a certain amount of steel required for this sort of situation. And they are the softer version to that of the half-cloaks who are there to deal with the real problems, and they're working off of respect. But there is a certain level of... when people have nothing and need to live off charity, they will take if it's offered, and there's only so much you can give, and there's so many people here. There's a certain level of coldness that works better than being too giving sometimes in these situations.
Lorelai is still trying her hardest.
Yeah, she's being the warm voice, but she's finding she's probably not going to realize it till the end, like looking back in a day or two, that she would have been more effective doing what needed done instead of like whatever was asked. But she's still being a force for good. Somebody of her level and her power would struggle not to be if they set their mind to it. So she settles some disputes, makes sure people are taken care of, negotiates some things, starts figuring out where things actually are because things are starting to get set up, and starts like killing like misleading rumors that have been going around or people who have it wrong because things have moved and whatnot, and generally just does her best to add some order to the chaos. The rest of you, anybody doing anything else?
I am.
Yes, Danny?
I go see Bran.
Okay. You make your way to the tower. It's still sitting there beside. You can see the wall where it like sheared off, and there's like a gap that you could like squeeze into to get into the Arcanum if you needed to. And then her tower sitting there just on the edge of that.
I go to the tower. Do I see guards or anything?
Oh yeah, there's lots of guards around. More than just patrolling. There are people like guarding the tower at this point. You can see activity going on within it.
Hello.
One of the guards turns. Berrian, hello.
Hi.
You're here on Hestia's orders, I take it. She's in the tower going in.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Walk in.
You
Like,
step
this
in.
is the easiest I've ever made in Bran's tower ever.
I almost forget to.
You wouldn't see Bran there, but you would see Hestia is standing, looking about. She's not giving orders or anything, but there's like a guard standing by the door ready to run if she needs anything. And she looks over at you. Berrian.
Pleasant surprise seeing you. I didn't expect that. I was looking for Bran.
She's occupied at the moment.
I know. I came to offer her my assistance with the bombardment.
I doubt she would be willing to share the parapet,
I'm not looking
despite
for glory.
it belonging to me and my husband. I don't need all those beeping. Despite it belonging to me and my husband, it seems she would rather like to get back at their city, so I doubt she'll share the casting parapet with you.
Okay.
But you're welcome to watch the fireworks from here.
Is there another place I could help with casting, maybe from a different parapet?
We only have one. They are rather expensive to build.
What
Have you
is
ever
this?
seen a casting parapet in action?
No. I mostly do my casting from flying or from...
The
Well,
floor.
When the fireworks start, fly up and it'll make sense.
So she doing all the bombardment, hey?
Yes.
How is she planning on doing that? Does she have other spellcasters, or does she have scrolls?
We've made sure she's adequately supplied.
Okay, well, if you guys don't need help, then that is fine.
Currently, we have this part handled.
Okay.
I wouldn't mind having you around in case anything goes wrong. I have the guard here in case something makes a push back towards us.
Okay. I would hang around.
Okay. The rest of you, are you doing anything in this evening?
There's no way I could go look for more people there
Short
because it's
rest.
about to get shot, isn't it?
It would be very poor timing on your part.
Yeah, no, wouldn't do that. I'm done.
How many people have evasion?
Huh?
You have a better chance than anybody else, but
Because I want to, because I don't think everyone's out. But I might just
Hmm.
die again.
You could run in there, I wouldn't.
it's not well advised. It's not guaranteed death. It's not guaranteed survival either. Alright. I need to quiet that. I'm getting too many of those. Give me just... No, I can't, because I need it for music now. So, if you guys are done, it would be sometime past midnight when the activity would begin. For those of you out of the city, or not able to see the skyline, it would just be the sounds of explosions. You guys would be very familiar with it. It sounds just like Berrian's fireball does.
I would go outside
But
immediately.
much, much louder.
I'm watching her casting and from the parapet, and I'm analyzing what she's doing with her magic.
Okay, you would have to fly up to do
I'm
that.
doing that.
Okay, you fly up. You see she's standing on the top of the tower, and there is a square piece of stone that takes up much of the middle of it. She steps onto it and begins casting, and she's just casting fireball like any other day. And as she does, the stone, the runes across it underneath her start to light up and glow, and you watch as blue light is flowing from it into her. And as she casts the fireball, you watch the little mote of light that normally casts zip out, normally with a range of about 60 feet, goes from her tower on the opposite side of the inner run, all the way past the palace, past the inner run, and drops into the warren on the opposite side of the city from her. And you watch the explosion, normally the, 40-foot explosion of fireball? As it is a 40-meter explosion of fireball. Mm-hmm. A massive blast rocks that area of the warren, and she will proceed to cast fireball as many times as she can, and then start to pull scrolls from her pocket and cast that as many times as she can, as she is basically bombarding swaths of this just in chunks, and then back over with whatever she has left. For those of you watching from the sky, it is an odd sort of fireworks. With so many of the buildings gone, there's not debris flying anywhere except when it gets too far to the edge and clips some of the remaining warren. But just intense flashes of red light the blast coming shortly after, waves like rocking into even the tower from where you guys are on the other side of the city, even further than she is. And just this like repeated flash. It's beautiful at first, and then scary, and then kind of unfeeling, like just cold. It becomes part of the background, and then it ends.
So how long does this last for?
Maybe 2 minutes.
Okay, so the entire 2 minutes, I am intricately viewing the parapet,
Okay.
the runes that appear on it,
Mm-hmm.
anything I can see. I cast detect magic. I'm viewing it on all the different spectrums.
Mm-hmm.
I have a note paper. I'm taking notes. I'm writing everything down about how I can see that parapet works.
Yeah.
And how it's like any of the magic it's using. I'm trying to make a way to see if I can recreate it.
Go ahead and make me an Arcana check.
He gets a nosebleed, his eyes go wide.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
he's just staring. His eyes are like, you can see sizzling. They're so dry.
Sasha's like, I am right here.
Do we have any dice?
Um,
Anything?
It's okay. She's a magic
what
creature.
do you need?
No, like an extra like him giving us inspiration dice.
Oh, not that I remember.
I don't think you currently have one.
5.
18.
18. You can see whatever has been put into this is definitely beyond your efforts. Getting like some idea for the material that went into it. It is like basically like platinum and mithril make up the whole thing. A couple of like rare gems and stones in it that you don't recognize. You're guessing the price tag on this thing is like over $1 million gold. This is a painstakingly crafted piece of magic that is beyond your current ability and budget.
Mm-hmm. But I've copied down all the runes and everything, so I may not
It is too
understand
complicated for you to copy all down in the 2 minutes
but
you
I have as much as I have.
Yeah, you get as much down as you can. You
So
have,
I can make further research, kind of thing.
Yeah, you know enough about it to be able to ask questions of people at this point and show them what you're talking about, kind of. But you're nowhere near the type of study it would take for you to be like to try to start building this.
Yeah, if there's nothing needed of me, then I'd leave.
Okay. So there is one thing that would happen. Nothing that requires you to act, but after some time, the explosions stop. After about the 2 minute that the bombardment, after the 2 minutes that the bombardment lasts, it stops, and you guys hear a voice ring out from the Warren that manages to project across the whole city. It would be a little too quiet to really make out at the tent city portion, but I withdraw. And there's the crumpling noise as the board that fills the Warren folds itself up and crumbles in on itself. And you guys can hear the expansive noise of the Warren returning to where it used to sit. Much of the things on its edges colliding with the new things that got built along there, as this usually jumbled mess collides with what changed in its absence. You can hear the sounds of splintering wood appearing inside other wood, things toppling over, a cacophonous mess of the Warren being returned.
All the people that were in the Warren too?
You would hear the noise of people immediately.
I would run.
Bran starts bombarding again.
The next thing you guys would hear, actually in this case it would just be Berrian and the Queen who would hear it. Well, it looks like we've gotten far enough in the game to open up some of the special portions.
No, Thesa'Kar.
As you can feel a pulling, something trying to, it's similar to when you've been teleported before, something trying to move you. Are you resisting, Berrian?
I will try to resist.
Go ahead and make me a charisma saving throw.
Oh, God.
Drae and
12.
Yaikzal specifically would also feel this.
11.
I would resist.
Saving
Resisting.
throw?
Get out of here. I'm not
I
going
don't even know where it's
anywhere.
coming
Is this
from.
an enchantment?
I
No.
fail. I got a 7.
14. Lorelei doesn't?
No.
Okay.
14 total?
Yep.
Oh, I thought that was before you run this. as the three of you feel this force, like, pulling gently at first, and then you start to resist, and you can almost feel the, like, grin come up at the edge of a face you can't see as you get yanked through space. And the three of you appear beside each other, standing in the sky. You can see Master Hall there, still, like, sweating a bit. Look over. Nice of you to join me. You can see the figure who he called there before, who managed to, with his help, hold off much of this invasion. Still up, still focusing, energy pouring off of them. And you see the king and his wife standing beside you, just hanging in the air rather comfortably there. And then standing across from you guys is Thesa'Kar. Well, things have gotten interesting. That's 3 now, is it not? Although, I mean, you managed to defeat the monk. Dealings with the Deep One, but who could expect more? And, well, the boardmaster knows when to retreat. Perhaps I think it's time we open up a little trade between our 2 cities, make things more interesting.
No.
Really? You're against it?
Yeah. We want you gone. We don't want you to stay any longer than you have to stay.
Oh, well, this doesn't extend my saying. It just makes the game more interesting.
A game we
Are you
never
against
agreed
fun?
to. Yes. This isn't fun.
Have you ever played Polymono?
Polymono.
It's kind of like Fade Shadow Legends, but different.
Refresh me on the rules.
Basically, everyone tries to steal everybody else's land as you go around, like, at the square. And by the end of it, everyone playing hates each other, and it ends in murder. And I feel like that's this game.
Isn't that Riskopoly?
Does the best murderer win at the end?
Well, no.
Then the issue with that game is somebody didn't take the rules far enough. If you knew where it was going to end, make it part of the game.
Or just don't play the game because it's dumb and no one likes it.
Kind of wish you asked before you started a game.
Wishes are for wizards and genies.
You have wishes?
Not that. One day.
Well, you're allowed to be boring. I don't really care what the 3 of you think. I brought you here because you're interesting. Turns out I was wrong.
You just said we're okay.
Turns towards the king, who is staring back at Thesa'Kar with, like, a level gaze back at him. You can see he's got, like, a ramrod straight back, even, like, taller than his normal, usual posture. I don't suppose you're of a particular mind to create this bridge with or without my permission. You're a sharp one. Any rules I should be aware of that come with this? Well, depends on whether you really want to have fun. I'm going to create a gate that will allow free passage, no more sneaking in or out. We usually leave the laws of your world up to yourself. If you wish to make it illegal to come through, then we shall play a game. If you don't wish to do that, the game is optional, and the rules of the game are simple. One who has gone through may accept any challenge from any of your citizens.
And how many would come through?
As many as desire to. I'm not their nanny.
So, millions? You could have millions coming through.
To visit.
Hmm.
If you wish to
How
challenge
sweet.
them, they will accept. The law will stay out of their battle, and the victor may claim the prize they desire. After all, it's no fun if you just make it illegal for them to come through, is it? We won't change the law. As for the challenges, I assume if we choose that, any who go to you will be challenged as well? Correct. I think for now we'll leave out the challenges. I'm hoping, Thesa'Kar, is it? Just nods back at the king. That this game is coming to an end. Well, you've made some strides, and so have we, as he waves his hand. And you would see a couple of half-cloak captains. One of them you guys would remember now floating in front of him. You can see the wounds that killed them. You took 3 of ours. We took 2 of yours and an extra who had snuck his way in. Well, now that we've discussed all this, I suppose I'll head back. I hope you're good at keeping yourself in the sky. As he vanishes, along with the force that's holding you guys up. The king and the queen stay floating just fine, but the rest of you will start to plummet.
Just tell me how much damage.
Who else is with us?
Drae
and Yaikzal.
Don't even worry about
Drae
me.
and Yaikzal. I have fly.
Okay.
Me and Drae are fine. I could do Yaikzal as well, but...
No.
Okay, Yaikzal, you just begin to plummet.
900 damage.
Yeah,
we'll
right.
call it... You've got a pretty... Make me an acrobatic check.
It's 100 feet? Is it
It's about the...
it's a D10 per 10 feet.
Yeah, I'm just going to go on acrobatics and say a number instead of doing some calculations.
Okay.
Uh, 16.
Okay, so with a 16, let's just say you take 15 damage after all your resistances and stuff.
Okay.
As you guys fly up, you see the figure, the elven man who had shown up at Master Hall's beckons when this all began, turn to look over at the 2 of you. Before you go, you can see he's struggling, like he starts to sweat a bit to turn his attention towards you guys and away from what he's holding. I may have a alternate solution.
What's that?
I'm listening.
From my contest, I can tell, although Thesa'Kar no longer powers what I currently struggle against, he is what channels it. Something is protecting him. I'm quite certain he is not killable. With some assistance, and if I were to pull my full weight against it, there is a chance I could pierce through that protection. If someone were there to make a killing blow, perhaps this game would end early.
That sounds good.
It is not without risk. If I fail, my protection will vanish, and much more of that will come down. I cannot guarantee that all of the players we would need will be cooperative. It is no easy victory either way. I leave it in your hands, for I would need your help to do it. Play the long game, or go for a quick victory. I can spare no more effort to speak with you.
Alright, thank you.
If you choose, come back to me. There are steps that must be taken. And he turns away mid-sentence, and you can see sweat starting to pour down, a little bit of blood coming out of one of the eyes as he is forced back to paying attention to what he is fighting against.
Alright then.
Okay.
The king and queen look over at the 2 of you, nod, and Theracles looks back at Hestia, and they both head down towards the palace.
Hand in hand?
No, just floating down together.
Oh.
Alright, well, I'd
There's so
grab
many
Drae and be like,
You guys look down to Yaikzal
25.
brushing off her clothes from the edge.
The people that
landing.
are around are like,
The same guard who saw you last time. How do you keep doing this?
she's like, oh.
You're
My
not
cabbage
a monk, you're
cart.
a rubber ball!
I'm gonna fly straight down
Okay.
and land with a 1-knee superhero slam.
That one was magic.
Nope.
He's a wizard.
Walks away. So,
You gonna pay for any of those?
What?
My cabbages.
Here's 25 gold.
he grabs him and just runs from the stall like, yeah!
Like you just so you understand, 25 gold is what he would make selling cabbages.
I'm happy to support.
In like 3 years?
You know, it's like the Avatar, the cabbage guy. He always got his cabbages ruined all the time.
What is like the average wage per month for a...
I'd have to look it up.
It's not much.
Yeah.
So, the three of you are left on the ground after that, having just gone through those events, being pulled away from your various activities and into this discussion that happened in the sky. And you would see already, you can feel it more than see it. You can feel there's something, and as you were floating down, you would have been able to see it. Where the gate is, the entrance to the city, directly beside it where the wall used to be, it has been replaced by this prismatic sort of gate. And from the side of it, you were looking through, you could see the city on the other side that's in the sky. As there are now these like twin gates there, one just kind of ephemeral and prismatic beside the very real stone gate.
I don't think the king's on our side.
Right.
He's let that happen, and he didn't even make it illegal. What if they're dangerous coming through? He just wants them in our city?
No, sorry, out of character. I don't think that's what happened.
No, she's reasonably correct about what she's saying.
Yeah.
Sorry, can you explain maybe the wording better, because I'm not understanding.
So Thesa'Kar said that there will now be the ability for anybody from either city to travel to the other one. And he said that if they were to make people coming over it illegal for them to pass over and just arrest them as soon as they come over, then they would instate a game that would allow anybody from this world to challenge any visitors, and the victor could choose whatever spoils they wanted from their victory, but it would prevent them from just arresting people willy-nilly, and of course any visitors to their realm would get the same treatment. The king opted to not make it illegal for them to visit, and to not have these rules instated in both cities.
They can just walk in.
Yeah,
Yes.
but we can walk right into them.
I don't want to go there.
We also, like, 3 people of ours have gone in there and gotten killed. We've also killed some of theirs.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's already been happening.
I don't know.
I don't think...
Now it's going to be a lot more.
I don't think the king is against us. Like, that's one thing that
I wonder if the king's the one that went to Thesa'Kar about a game. He didn't seem that bothered.
What does he have to gain?
I don't know, but he wasn't that bothered by the guy that's trying and killing his citizens.
I don't think...
His citizens are dead. And he's just letting them start to walk in now.
I don't think... Like,
You guys can defend the king all you want as she walks away.
Okay. Well, have you ever met him? Have you spoke to him?
No, she's gone.
Okay, sure. I go back to the
And
tower.
she goes back to the inn.
Okay, you head
The
back
black
to
mug.
and Drae, you're left standing there for a moment on your own with them just like splitting off the two different directions on either side of you.
That escalated.
Kind of look up, like, just a sigh, and as you look up, you see something falling from the sky. And you see it split off from the city above and just like a missile.
I wish for... Oh, shit!
Lands somewhere in the inner run. You were able to spot it. Whatever it was some sort of wooden post with what looked to be a lantern hanging from it, just falling from the sky.
Where did it land?
Somewhere in the inner run, along the like the opposite side of the city from the gate.
Just start to make my way down.
Okay. Go ahead
You're
and
still
make me
fly.
an investigation check if you're going looking for this.
Alright. I'm really good at that. Ooh, 22.
22. You find it fairly quickly. The spot where it lands, you remember there used to be a massive mansion here, and it's gone. Just a flat piece of land left there. And the lantern has landed, but it is unlit. And you can see there is a like a statue perched on it, like kind of impossibly. It's standing on just the thin metal, like curving piece that holds up the lantern. And it looks like a samurai. Like it's a figure in light armor, a sword beside it, like an elegant helm, and just like blacked out completely. Like everything is covered in black paint. There's a cloth over their face. Eyes are closed. Everything is painted black.
Hello? You alive? Poke it. Like, mentally.
Okay. You do your mental poke towards it.
Not like a mind sliver, just
okay.
telekinesis poke.
Oh, okay. You push. It sways a little, and you see the sword come out of the sheath a little bit, but the eyes remain closed.
Again.
Take a step back and do it again.
Okay. You push, and the one foot comes up to like balance itself, but it seems to be like remarkable balance to be standing on this thing, and the blade is drawn, the eyes open, and you can see it staring at you.
Hey. Gonna go get my friends.
Okay. Where are you going? They're kind of spread out at the moment.
To the tower.
Okay. Where did
Black Mug.
you guys
got
want
another
the
room.
Black Mug? Okay, got her own room. You go to the tower where you will find Berrian and Wednesday, and Kea'Na.
You and you.
Hi.
Come with me.
I gotta sleep though. It's late.
No time.
Okay. Gets up.
Alright!
This is way better.
This is cool. Come on. I'm such a wuss.
All right.
You wuss? Alright.
Such a wuss, you wuss.
I would still have fly. I would fly over.
Fly after him. You guys.
Man, why
make
was
your
I
way-
walking this whole time? Man?
You guys make your way into the inner run.
Grab
You
Kea'Na.
lead the two of them. Well, you gotta go through the gate at the inner
Airplane.
run. Aye! As you guys zip over to the opposite side of the inner run, and you would see the mansion just absent the post, the lantern hanging off of it, the same figure there, sword back in its sheath, eyes closed, still like a statue.
Look at this guy.
Hi!
Oh, hang on. You gotta do this. And I'm going to do, like, my full telekinesis push on it.
Go ahead and make an athletics check.
It has to make a strength saving throw.
Oh, okay.
I like how excited Drae is about this.
You hear the, like, of the blade leaving the sheath, and you take 6 damage.
Oh, no.
Basically, like, no, it slashes out, but it's lightning fast, as you feel, like, draw
Can I
across you.
try and resist it? Or is
Uh,
it too crazy?
I'm gonna say no, just you're surprised that it's drawn. It hasn't done this so far for the first one. But that's a natural 20 on its saving throw to resist you, and it slices into you.
I
at
light
the
the
same moment.
lantern.
That'd be a full.
The eyes close again, and it's back to unmoving once again.
I light the lantern.
Oh, you light the lantern?
Why'd you do that?
It's got a glass case, so how are you lighting it?
I open it up and light it like any other lantern.
As you step towards it, sword comes out, 2 hands it, and his eyes open and stare at you as you approach the lantern.
Hit me. Sword in one hand, going to light the lantern.
Okay. He will attack you.
Bonus
Actually,
before I go up
Be
there,
careful.
bonus action blade song.
okay. You would feel as you step up to the lantern the same sort of feeling you got when you entered the like the realm of the monks. You feel you come under the effect of some sort of rule. 1, 2, 3, 4 is a reroll. As you step up, you start to hum your blade song, and you guys watch. He steps forward and turns to stone, as there's a statue of your brother, sword in one hand, other hand outstretched towards this thing.
We don't get any ideas.
You
of
are
it.
stone.
I'm stone.
Yes.
Okay.
Burp.
No saving
End of the-
throw.
end of the-
Nope.
No nothing.
Nope.
I know the campaign guys are wizard stone.
All right, re-rolling a character.
The two of you are, you and Kea'Na, they're looking at this. She's like, and like steps up. He stares at her, but does nothing as she drags Berrian back, and it gets over a point on the ground, and Berrian, you fall into her arms once again, flesh.
Okay.
Not the end of the campaign, guys. Our wizard's no longer stone.
Mind sliver into the thing. Intelligence saving throw.
4 is a reroll. Okay, as you focus that up, Kea'Na turns into stone.
We're outside of the thing,
You are engaging it in combat. That is enough to extend the rule to your party.
and it doesn't. Nothing happens to it.
It's going to make a saving throw against your mind sliver, which is a natural 1. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, great.
Aha! We win.
Wait until Yaikzal finds Kea'Na's stone.
Well, doesn't care about Berrian. Wow.
Berrian supporting the king right now. She doesn't support the king right
Wow.
That's fine. She doesn't know why she doesn't support the king, but
2-1-2.
5 damage.
Okay. 5 damage. It recoils back from this.
Psychic.
Yep, psychic damage. I'm going to move over to their stats.
now. I like this lantern. I like it a lot. I didn't think it would turn me into stone. It's a really cool thing.
Okay. Five damage. Okay, it is going to step forward.
I'm going to use my movement before the end of my turn.
Okay, where do you
I'm
want to
going to float up 20 feet.
Okay, you float 20 feet into the air. It's going to jump down, stand in front of the lantern, and ready its sword.
Okay.
Okay, Drae, you're up.
Hey, you think maybe we should come back later? When there's more of us to not be stoned?
Fine. Why don't you just quickly give me one of those little blessings you got?
That seems innocent enough. I'll cast Bless
Okay,
on all 3 of us.
all right.
All right. And, like, if it's my turn again.
So I just need to look up and make sure that I remember this rule.
Got rid of it and then got rid of it.
Because this is what I was using, and it's free the first time I do it.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay. So it'll be Kea'Na's turn, and there's just 2 of you now. Oh. As Berrian, you turn to stone. As Kea'Na's like, that was weird. What are we doing?
So
I'm assuming I
Berrian,
fall to the ground.
No, you'd stay in the air.
Okay. Whose turn is it?
It would cause so Kea'Na, and then we started with Berrian. So Berrian, at the end of your turn, you may transfer this to one of your other party members, or you may stay petrified.
I will transfer it to... Who's after me?
So there's going to be the creature next, and then Drae. The creature is not a target that you can petrify.
Yeah, I'll send it to Kea'Na. Quick.
Okay, she's back to stone.
Roscoe?
And then...
Is it my turn?
Nope, that's the end of your turn. So it is your brother's turn now.
Okay.
why you little? How far is it from me?
Probably about 20 feet, 15 feet. I'm gonna get some music going.
Yeah,
we let
haven't
random people into the city and now my teammates are stoned.
I need to get a different playlist.
Well, this guy didn't even come through the gate.
Yeah, like
He came from
He
the
came
other
from the
city.
He
Sky.
came straight from the sky. He didn't come through the gate.
yeah, but the city's remember is directly above us.
And now they have free entry.
right, like a
So
big
they
insect
came
mirror.
because-
So the way that gate works, you have to come through the gate.
Let's do some science.
Like it's a spell that he did.
Well, no one else next to it at the moment. I'm also just gonna mind sliver it, and it has a
Okay.
1d4 less on its saving throw because it failed to mind sliver before.
Okay, go ahead and roll the d4.
Oh shit! I was gonna use that. Fuck. Did you do Mind Sliver?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sweet.
That's a 3.
Okay, 14.
Fails.
Okay, damage.
Damn it.
That is 9 points of psychic damage.
9 points of psychic damage to the creature. He is going to continue holding where he is.
How does it look?
Fine. Hard to tell with all the armor, especially. Okay. Oh, and Yondu hosted us an hour ago. Thank you, Yondu.
Aww.
Very kind of you. Okay, so he's holding his position there in front of you as you blast this psychic energy into it. It flinches back, lowers its stance a little, And you can see it kind of like leaning forward a bit, like it's going to leap, and then deciding against it and staying where it is. Okay, so that's your turn, which will bring us to Kea'Na's turn. And roll between the two of you. As you turn to stone, Drae. As Kea'Na stops. And, what's happening? Berrian, you're up.
All right. Roscoe is going to fly down.
Okay.
Towards the creature.
Yep.
Make basically help action with flyby attack.
He's going to take his held attack and attack
Flyby
Roscoe.
attack, so he can't be attacked.
No, it's not an opportunity attack. This is his held action to attack anybody who approached the lantern. Roscoe's
Oh,
approaching.
he wasn't approaching the lantern, he was approaching him.
He's directly in front of the lantern. So if Roscoe's flying at him,
Sure,
he's swinging.
okay, he still does the help action.
No, not if he dies, because the held action goes off before Roscoe's help action will go off. So if this takes him out, he's out.
Sure.
And that is a 27 to hit.
Okay, Roscoe is dead.
Misses. Roscoe's a deity.
Cuts through Roscoe, and then holds his position.
They
in
would
front of the lantern.
technically happen simultaneously.
No, the whole thing with a held action is, like, you can hit somebody before they hit your friends, right? Like, if you're planning, they run through the door before they can attack anybody, I bonk them in the head, the held action happens first, right?
Okay, sounds good. Anyways, then, I will attack.
It's a 4.
Okay,
It's a 4.
Ooh.
so that's 8 plus 17.
A 17 to hit.
Yes.
A 17 will hit.
Okay.
I was like, why was he rolling 2d4s? But I realized one of the 4s was from the d20. I was
I'm
like,
gonna need to know if he has any resistances.
he does, yes.
Okay, resistance to what?
What type of damage are you doing?
I'm not sure. Can we look at this in
Disintegrate is force.
Force?
He is not resistant to force.
Okay, I need.
This is a disintegrate spell. He should be rolling a save. You shouldn't be rolling to hit.
No, it's an attack.
It's a dex save, I thought.
It's a
no,
dex save.
I don't think
The
it is.
disintegrate spell is a dex save. It's a save
Let's
or
look
nothing.
it up.
I am 100% certain.
Let's look it
5e
up.
That's the one bad thing about disintegrate is if they succeed on their save, it does no damage.
Because I think it's an attack.
Nope.
Okay.
Creature targeted by the spell must make a dexterity saving
Okay.
throw on a failed save.
All right. So what did I roll on the d4? I rolled a 3 on the d4, so he has a -3 to his
Okay.
save.
Dexterity saving throw.
And I am going to.
That is a natural 1.
Okay, so he fails. So I need d10s.
Oof.
Okay, 10d6 plus 40 force damage.
I thought it was D10s.
It's 10d6 plus 40 force damage.
That's a lot of
Do you
force
have it
damage.
pulled up?
I have it pulled up.
Yeah,
I'm
no, I
reading
know
it
you
off
have
the
it.
sheet for
You
you.
have it pulled up for me.
1, 2, 3.
All spells. 6 level spells. Disintegrate. $10d6 plus 40.
And I quickened this, by the way.
Okay.
Did all 6 make it out?
Yeah. 4,
4.
6,
10, hold on,
6.
10, 16,
6,
23,
5,
28,
3.
31 plus 4, so 71 damage.
10d6.
Yeah, you also
Oh, that was
get
only
4
6.
more.
You got 4 more.
Oh, so that is 31.
31.
Okay, and then I need. So that was 5.
That was 6.
Or, sorry, 6.
So you need 4 more.
1, 2, 3, 4.
2, 3,
So 5.
1, 4.
5, so 10. So that's going to be 41. So that's 81 damage of force.
81 damage will cripple the creature. As you point, a greenish ray shoots at the creature, and you guys watch as starting from where it impacts, the armor just harmlessly starts to melt away. And you can see the pinkish gray flesh underneath. Before that, just as harmlessly looking, starts to melt away as well. The nerves, the muscle, the bone washes over him as he's left strips of flesh and armor still attached to him, standing but barely holding on. And you notice no blood drips from him. The bits of flesh that fall off shatter like clay against the ground.
And then I fly up and I'm going to make my attacks.
Okay.
So, first attack is what I have left. Here, Alex.
It's 22 total.
What did I roll in the d20?
An 18 plus 4.
33.
A 33 will hit.
Okay, and I'll roll that was my green flame. I'll roll the second one.
An 11 total.
With the...
Yeah.
22?
22 to hit.
Yeah.
That hits.
Okay, so we'll do green flame first. That's going to be... That's d8s.
All my d8s.
Do you have a couple d8s I can borrow?
Yep.
I need 3.
You can ignore the fire damage.
Oh, the fire. There's no fire damage?
No fire damage, no.
So...
Just the,
Just the weapon, then.
Mm-hmm.
Or, yeah, because the green flame does fire on it and fire on the other person?
Yeah.
Never mind, I don't need any of your d8s. Which one is mine?
Here, give me all of them. And I'll give you back yours. Whoa. How'd you do that?
I don't know.
What are you doing?
He put all 4 and grabbed his from Alex.
Oh, wow, that's really good.
I'm so amazed.
Way to go, Daddy.
That's a 7.
That is going to be... 15 damage.
Okay. So you step up to him, flame lighting across your blade. Right after this went through him, what's left of him, you take 2 slashes through him, and watch as like an arm falls off on one side, followed by his other arm and head, crumbling against the ground as his entire form crumbles into this like clay and dust on the ground in front of you. And the lantern is left behind him.
Is the sword left there?
You're just...
His weapon
Yeah.
is also shatters when it hits the ground.
Okay. All right.
Clay.
I'm going to use the rest of my movement.
Okay.
And my remaining attack, I'm going to light the lantern.
Okay. You move up.
Alright, I'm still...
Do you have a spell that'll allow you to light it? Because if you want...
Firebolt.
Okay. You rock your firebolt, and it impacts against the lantern, which cracks against the...
I would have opened the glass.
Yeah, over the ground, but still, firebolt cracks against the post that holds it there. And it's now burning in front of you, and you watch as you light the lantern. The area of missing space where the mansion used to be flickers and flashes a few moments before a massive Japanese-style mansion appears back there. You can see the blue-tiled roof, the imposing structure of it. There's like a complex with a massive building on the back of it, and 2 guards flicker into view as well, larger than the guy you just fought, like these massive, hulking, 8-foot-tall humanoids in armor, not painted black, wielding these humongous greatswords, just standing, flanking either side of what is an entryway into what appears to be a courtyard behind it. There is a lattice work gate there in front of you, and you can see a group of similar sort of guards, but a bit smaller, training in the courtyard with a massive red Oni standing before them, who seems to be watching over them and instructing them as they work on this.
Okay,
Am I still stone?
It's gonna be his turn, then your turn. He's dead, so you are no longer. You can. Who do you want to give it to? You have seen none of this happen. Who do you want to give it to?
Berrian, because he went right before me.
As Berrian, you turn to stone and you find yourself staring at the pile of clay and dust in front of you. The 2 guards giving a mean look to you and your party, and this palace that has appeared behind them.
That escalated.
He killed the guy and lit the lantern and this happened.
Maybe we should come back later.
Yes! she's gonna grab Berrian.
Well, Berrian's 20 feet in the air.
Oh, he's in the air. That's right.
No, I came down to attack him.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, she's gonna run over, grab Berrian, and start like running with him. Berrian, you've seen none of this. Who are you turning to stone? Actually, no. I think with you guys running away, she'd get past a certain distance, and Berrian, you would no longer be stone. As you find yourself being held in Kea'Na's arms, she grabbed wherever she could. You like bend backwards over her shoulder, like ah.
I catch it. I catch
Flip
it and
over,
just keep
and I'm just
going.
gonna kind of like roll over onto her shoulder and be like, "Did you see that spell?"
Yeah, that was really stupid. Let's go. And she's like running with you.
No, we got the thing.
She's gonna run a reasonable distance. You guys are out of sight of this, like around the inner run, and like put you on. I don't know if that was a good thing or not.
That was super fun.
Uh-huh.
I was just.
I was stone. You were stone.
Me too.
Dude.
I was just testing out a theory.
What was your theory?
That spell.
Oh, it's pretty strong.
What spell?
Well, do you remember the monk lady and the boat?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I back engineered it.
You.
It took some time, but I
Okay.
was able to see her and the. I was able to take the verbal and the components and stuff that she had from the and how she casted from her things, and I was able to back engineer it.
Wow.
Well,
Crazy.
It's disintegrate.
that's pretty crazy.
It's great.
We should go find everybody.
Yeah, I'm gonna look
And
for.
we're going to take our break there.
It's
It's 8:01. So, folks, we are going to take a quick 10-15 minute break. We'll leave you with the Be Right Back music, and we will be right back. See you soon.
What? Ah! No! Please!
When you do that, it's so hard to cut the break. So I do not feel bad at all if you get cut halfway through and it's just you looking like you're falling down your chair for no reason. Hi,
Well,
welcome
that happens.
back.
No, it's Isaac's fault.
Yes,
Our
you guys know.
Premier
Alex is a
video
dick.
editor.
Oh, hi, welcome back.
Hi.
We are back from our break. Runa has once again been replaced by our mascot.
It's gonna go on break real quick to
I'm gonna
kick
make
some
a
ass.
hat.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. Need to whip my players back into shape. I'll be right back.
I realized I've missed a bunch of chat. So before we jump in, we had a bunch of appreciation for Runa's art and how big our mascot is. And Atomic Blonde came by and said Kea'Na is the best bean.
Which is
I
true.
want to be your angle. I want to be your TL. So,
Could be your angle,
and
or I
then
could
we
be
got
your
Yandu
angle.
back. Oh, I didn't know you left, but welcome back. Chat paused due to scroll. Okay, there. So
Who said that?
that was welcome back, everybody. Nice to see you, Atomic Blonde. And Kea'Na is actually spelled Kea apostrophe Na.
Yeah.
Is Kea'Na.
Heck,
All right.
you're-
So launching back into the game, we had quite a bit happen this first session with the outsider city being met after Bran came back with her tower and carpet bombed the chessboard that had taken over much of the Warren. You guys met with Thesa'Kar, were extended a possible second solution by whatever this elven man is who has been defending the city. And then Drae saw something falling from the sky. Went to investigate, decided better on charging in, and went to find his brother and Kea'Na, who went over and managed to fight their way through the guardian of this lantern, and upon lighting it, a building appeared behind it, of, at least we would know, Japanese style, along with the troops within it, and some strange rule in this area that seems to be turning them into stone as they try to fight here. So we come back with you guys having just escaped, Kea'Na carrying the petrified Berrian until that wore off, and you guys deciding to go and find your companions.
Yeah, we should probably go back.
That's a good idea.
All right. Back to the tower.
Okay, you guys get to the tower. You would be the only ones there, other than Wednesday, because that was who was there when Drae came by. So,
Yep.
so if
I
you
need
guys
a
want
break.
to head to bed,
Tomorrow.
all right. Then Wednesday eventually tires of dealing with people, probably finds a bed somewhere to lay down in the tent city.
Lorelai, you mean?
Lorelai, thank you, yeah. And you guys awake again the next morning. Those of you at home would have breakfast prepared by Wednesday. You would have some food made for you by the Black Mud. And you would see the woman coming down, like, come around and see you, like, oh, hi, I didn't expect you here.
I just came here.
Oh, all right. I was just gonna get some food for me and Sammy and.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm
Goes over.
Yaikzal, by the way.
Oh,
We never introduced.
nice to meet you.
Huh? I know.
I'm Gail.
Hi, Gail.
Hi.
How long were you in the Warren?
All my life, I guess.
Me too. Until now.
Oh.
And I want to help people out of there.
Can I talk to you?
Of course.
Let me just get some food. And she gets some food and takes you up to the room, and she'll put some food down for Sammy and be like, don't make a mess, and like leave it for her. Close the door and step out into the hallway. I can't take all that money. That's...
Will you take some of it?
I don't...
Something.
I've seen what owing people money does.
You'd never owe me. Ever.
Maybe 5 gold?
Sure. Anything that you'll take.
Alright.
She'll take the...
She'll come in and get it, and she'll open the door to the applesauce that has been upended by the girl and splashed across the ground on her new clothes that you got her. She's got her hands, and she's like pulling a handful of beans to her mouth, just like slop with the beans. Oh, goes over and starts wiping her down and like, Peter, I taught you how to use a fork, and like shoves it into her hand.
We know a person.
And you walk over to the bag of coin that you left there and grab it, fish out 5 gold, and put the rest back in your pouch.
You guys have to be safe.
Well, we're safe now.
I'll come to you with that job opportunity soon.
Okay, sure, yeah, anything you want. I don't know much, but I'll do what I can.
We could train you so that you could know, and you could support you and Sammy.
You don't have to.
That's just a common courtesy.
Okay.
Everyone deserves a job, right?
Know where I'm from.
Well, you're not there anymore.
That's true, I guess.
It's time to not be there anymore. Time to move on for Sammy.
I'd like that.
I'd like that too. So I'll get back to you soon with that job opportunity.
Okay.
So you can raise Sammy to go to school.
Oh! Picks up the glass. Yeah, that'd be good.
Do we celebrate Christmas in this?
There's like a New Year's celebration. But there's
Gifts?
not like a Christmas. But yeah, gifts are
Like a gift
thing that
giving?
happens. Yeah.
It's more of a pagan blood ritual and everything.
More interested in that.
It's actually fairly close to New Year, I think. Yeah, it is. It's the 18th, so it is 12 days away from the New Year.
Happy New Year! And you could get
But it's not
Sam.
about like Christ or anything. It's more of like kind of a
Oh, yeah.
celebration of like a Waco type situation.
And she'll like get closer and whisper. She's like, and you can get Sammy a lot of gifts this year.
Oh,
But
okay.
that'll be a nice feeling, right? Give her a New Year's.
Sammy runs over, like, hugs your leg,
She goes and scoops her up to do the airplane.
scoop her up into the airplane, and like pull out, hi, and she just grabs your cloak and like wipes her mouth. Your mom's like, no.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Handled
She'll
worse.
put her down and pat her head. Bye. She'll take care of yourself. I'll be here soon. I'll be back, and she'll leave.
Girls nodding at you. As you close the door, you hear it's only after the click. There's like a thank you through the door.
She smiles.
You make your way off.
Back to her room.
Okay, yeah, you're hanging out of the black mug.
Yeah.
Okay, you make your way back to your room as the rest of you wake up. Wednesday's got a big breakfast going like usual. And, right, made extra meat for Yaikzal. Where's Yaikzal? God damn it! Goes back and it comes out with like extra hearty portions of meat for you guys.
Yeah,
Nobody
she like thought the king's evil, and then Berrian was like, no, it's not. And then they argued, and then she ran off, and then Berrian
Thanks for
ran
letting
off,
me
and then we
know.
fought a stone demon and almost died, and then she ran off, and I still don't know where she is. You know.
Thanks for letting me know before I cook breakfast for it.
Look, I just woke up.
Enjoy your bacon. Walks into the kitchen. She doesn't seem like legitimately upset, but yeah, you're getting the pointy end of that.
Well, if you
stick.
want me closer to where you're sleeping,
chicka, wow, wow, doodle-doo.
No answer comes back from the kitchen to that.
That's the first time I did that in a long time.
He's like, gotta get him in quietly here and there. So, what are you guys doing?
Downtime.
Alright, so if you guys
do clerics
want
not get
to...
conjure food and water?
So yeah, if you guys want to go into some downtime,
poor Lorelei.
there is some stuff that's going to happen in the near future, but nothing enough to pull you... Like, there'll be the festival that they're throwing coming up that you guys will get your medals at, and maybe a few little things around that, but how much downtime are you guys looking to take?
Like 4 months.
Okay, so Danny's looking for 4 months. Is anybody looking for more, or would rather do less?
How long would it take to set up my bar?
You could probably have it set up in a week.
Do I don't have to think for
You're
it?
buying a building,
I don't
so yeah, like a week to get that set up, and then you're just a few months off of having all of your
Oh, how many?
gladiators done as well.
5 months?
Let's see, your gladiators. I believe I told you to write down the date. Do you have it somewhere?
Definitely did somewhere, but
Gladiator school.
exists.
The 14th of winter.
Okay.
And it's low winter. It's the 18th of low winter, so it'll be halfway through next month.
So
so
just
it's
under a month.
it's the
That's the first batch, and then the last of them will be trained by the 14th of spring.
so it's winter, low winter right now.
It's low winter currently. Yeah.
1 month, 2
Okay,
months.
and then in high winter,
No, during like middle winter.
of course. My
So, and
parents-
then you said of what spring? Normal spring?
Yeah,
Low
14th of spring will be the
winter.
last of
So
them.
winter is 1 month.
and then
High winter's 2 months. Low spring, so 5 months to get your second batch done.
okay 5, and then it's the 14th.
It's the 18th currently. It's the 14th of spring that your last batch will be done.
Well, I mean the next batch, like the winter ones. The 14th.
Yeah, 14th of winter and 14th of spring.
14th winter. Okay. Spring. I vouch for that.
So you want 5 months?
Yeah.
Okay. Is anybody against that?
How long?
5 months.
5 months? That's fine with me.
Okay. I think we'll deal with a lot of the nitty-gritty stuff outside of game, like dealing with your thieves. We can talk about what you do in the interim, but for the actual roles and stuff,
Yeah.
we'll deal with that separate.
Lorelei, it's a specific thing she wants to do to Kea'Na, with Kea'Na.
Okay.
Specific thing she wants to do to Ari. She has, but, like, for the majority of her time, she's going to be trying to help out the Warrens, because it just got, like,
Fucked over.
yeah. Drae is gonna be, like, recruiting for his thing.
Okay.
Basically, with the guards are assholes. Look at how much of an assholes they were. Let's take care of our own place.
Okay.
Kind of a, like...
All right. Yeah, I got the vibe of it.
Yeah, yeah, Lorelei's gonna try and get the halfway home back up and
Yeah, that was
running.
one of the things that wasn't moved, so that would line up pretty perfectly.
Oh, nice. I was
Yeah.
worried it would get just destroyed by Bran.
No, it would need repairs, but that was one of the areas that... Because the Warren's always shifting, right? People are building new shacks and things are moving. So a bunch of new buildings met a bunch of old buildings, but yours didn't move because you guys just had a tents.
Yeah.
So,
Maybe-
It just went...
yeah, so it'll need some caulking and
Yeah, and
patching
depending
up.
on how much time we have, maybe make a second branch on the other side of the
Okay.
Warrens,
Yeah.
you know?
Yep,
But we'll see.
that is
It's
very
like,
much
I
outside
think
your
a better
territory, but-
idea, and then having one big building, we have 5 smaller buildings interspersed throughout the warrens. That way, if one area's wiped off the face of the city, we don't all die. I think it's a great idea.
Sir, where did you come from?
What? The Warrens. I used to be a builder, and then, well, half of that got destroyed,
Right.
and
right.
my whole family, jam.
I'm sorry to...
Wife!
No, no,
She seems to be
she's
alive.
not my wife.
Then what is this ring?
I said leave the fucking breast back in the house.
All right, take your medicine. Take your medicine, sir.
No, look here. All right, she's my wife. I've got 5 kids. I need something. And he's talking like
Yeah,
whispering in your
here,
ear. But,
you need
no,
these.
he's whispering in your ear, but he's whispering like loud. He's like, I need something to get me out of the fucking house, all right? I need a job. Give me the job. Let me beautify buildings.
Hey, you've got it. Just take these and go to sleep, and we'll work out
I don't need
a
no fucking
contract
pills.
in the morning.
I don't need no pills.
You do.
No. The other doctor tried to give me pills. You know what happened? I wake up, one less finger. See?
You bet your finger in a gambling bet!
No, I didn't.
You were so drunk that you did!
That's what I told you.
Huh?
This is a lot. This is a lot.
Sir,
know that
sir, stop bothering the boss. Come this way if you want food. One of the Proudfoots comes over and starts dragging you off.
Flora is just like hands on knees. Holy shit.
She's following hands on her head.
I'll be back tomorrow. You better have that contract.
Shut it and get in the mess hall.
He's like kind of like a stalker. He's like, all right, I'll be fine.
I want to imagine this like a 3 foot tall like gnome. He's just
And
really
his grin is just getting
surly.
like more and more like.
All right, so the first thing that's going to happen will be the festival in about 3 days' time.
Okay.
I have stuff that I'd like to do as well.
Okay, so is anybody doing anything in particular over the next 3 days?
Lorelai would check in with Tulnir that he's okay with her like attending. She doesn't know how any of this works. That's a different
Tulnir
god.
is part of the Church of Light, so...
Cool. She didn't know that. She asks anyway.
You wouldn't get an answer, but a little light research would very quickly tell you that, yeah, it is Tulnir, Nuldir, and Raylan who make up the church, with Nuldir being the, like, prime god of the Church of Light, but all of them having smaller altars.
That's weird. I thought all their names would rhyme, but...
Nope.
Brian.
Nope. Just the elven gods there.
From now on, I'm calling you Railnir.
Heal.
3 lightning bolts from 3 separate gods strike you at once. All of them meant to like injure you lightly. You are dead.
All of a sudden you realize lesser restoration, greater restoration, and heal are gone.
Just like...
She's like, I didn't know I could lose guidance twice.
Yeah. Yeah, now everything is minus 1d4.
So I have all the stuff that I want to do for downtime. If you want to do the celebration thing now, we can do that.
Okay.
How do you
Yeah,
want to do this?
I have stuff for after it.
All right. So yeah, the celebration will be widely spread throughout the town. A few people kind of heard about it before you guys, but it starts to get really widely advertised the next day, basically. It seems they were waiting to release it with the momentum of getting the Warren back, which seems to be like most of the push. Like, celebrate the chasing away of the tower and the return of the Warren. They moved the people out of the tent city back into the Warren pretty quickly, and the town is abuzz with talk about the festival. People know what festivals are like. There's usually 4 of them a year. There's going to be food, there's going to be drink, merriment, except this time it's extra special. The king is coming out specifically in his capacity of Pope of the Church of Light, and there's like carnivals being brought in, there's jesters, there's bards being brought in. Like, this is the regular festivals times 2. So everyone's excited, also a little nervous to see what'll happen, but it's doing a fairly good job of like swallowing the nerves that people have been under. And the other thing you guys would notice in the following few days is the bards are already around, and they're singing, and they're trying to gather kind of a crowd that knows them to pull them to their attractions, and you guys would hear the songs. There's a couple different versions of it talking about the epic battle where the angel gave its life to chase away the darkness and free the city. Yes, Danny.
I'd like to add to that performance.
Okay.
Ooh.
I'm going to have like bought or dressed up kind of like an angel,
Okay.
but not like clearly not like pretending to be it, but like more for like a play type thing.
Sure, yeah.
And then want to do a
No blasphemy, just dressed us enough like an angel.
But I want to
People
do
get it.
I want to do like a Blade Song performance, kind of like
Oh, okay.
with the music,
Yeah.
showing the battle and like,
Yeah.
but using, and I'm going to cast a large person of myself
Ooh.
to make myself huge.
Do you want to do this now in the interim, or do you want to do it during the festival?
During the festival, when they're doing this, like playing
Yeah,
the songs,
that's
and
going to be better, because the songs right now are kind of teasers, but when the festival comes, there are a few of them meant to be done with the play.
I would ask the church if there was any specific raiments or anything that they would want me to wear, so that I didn't like.
So probably what you'd
no,
get,
it's
there's
something
there's quite a number of like carnival groups coming into town, and many of them are doing plays about this. And there's also a few smaller groups that are doing kind of exactly what you're talking about, which is like people acting as a song is played. So if you wanted to try to get yourself into one of these, like, actual performances as the angel, that would be one thing. Or if you just want to go along and pay a bard to sing one of the, like...
No, I would go along and try and get in one of those. Sure.
Okay. So in that case, you would have to approach a couple of bards, and you could very quickly find out about a man... most people call him Black Hat.
Okay.
You've heard a couple names bandied about, kind of like half guesses, but most people just know him as Black Hat, and he seems to be in command of one of the larger groups that is coming to this. And you could track him down fairly easily with their help. You'd find him in a bar, people around him, like, talking about it, him just smiling, buying drinks for people. He's an old gnomish man, very, like, fine beard, like, lots of wrinkles in his head, but he's aged well. He's got one gold tooth, this massive black hat that just kind of perches on his head. He's everything you'd expect from your like carnival showman who's done well for himself, and he grins over at you. Come by. Just flashes a big grin at you as you walk up.
Nice to meet you.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Oh, I heard your name from Dandy Big Flower.
Dandy Big Flower. Good man. Shame I had to fire him. What did you hear?
Well, she said she doesn't have the work for me there, but I thought I wanted to do a performance.
Well, you've come to the right man, my friend.
I don't want any pay or anything. I just want to put a...
Come to make friends! But really, what are we talking about?
Well, and I'd like to play the angel. I was at the fight. I saw it all.
First-hand account. Suzanne! He calls up the stairs of this bar he's at. You hear a bit of rumbling and then what? Suzanne, come down here! We've got somebody auditioning for your role! As you see this woman coming down, dressed in, basically like undergarments.
Thievery.
She's dressed in basically like an underdress, right? It would be considered undergarments for the period, but it's a dress enough. And she comes down, like, holding this, stumbling down the stairs. You can see she's, like, half through wiping her makeup off. So you can see where she's pretty, and then you can see where the makeup's gone. And she comes stumbling down the stairs. Trying to steal my role! What is this? Yes, we've got a first-hand witness who wants to play the angel. Looks over at you, and she, like, marches up until she's nose to nose with you. Trying to take my glory?
I quietly cast minor illusion to fix the rest of her makeup on her face.
She would have no idea. Just minor illusion. But you would see Black Hat look over, and his whole demeanor shifts for a moment before it comes back to the, like, jovial guy who was there before, but he very much takes note of this information. Finger poking your chest. You want my glory, huh?
No. I just wanted to take part in a performance and give it the best. Telling that I could.
You saying I ain't doing it well?
Suzanne.
Yeah, it's like
Let's let some other people have it. Don't you start taking his side, Black Hat. I'll walk away and I'm the best star you got. No.
What a diva.
1, you're not. And 2, you won't. Why don't we let this fine gentleman, who was there firsthand, take the role, and we'll put you as an understudy.
Why don't we do this?
No.
Why don't I audition and you make your own choice?
Yeah.
I wouldn't dream of making somebody as your obvious caliber audition. Suzanne, head back upstairs, please, and
How bad is
if you're
she?
not too busy, if you could make some tea or something for us. She looks like he just slapped her in the face. She is, like, glaring at him. She looks like ready to cry or swing.
But you know what? There was another woman there. And I think I would, if you wanted to, you could fill that role, Suzanne. It would make the story more complete.
Staring at the man who is looking back at her, like, lip little quiver, and she, like, spits on the floor and turns and walks up the stairs.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Theater children. She'll get over it, I'm sure. Well, I suppose we should get you in for rehearsals.
All right. You have someone watching your back and possibly my back for a knife, right?
For a knife?
That was the put a knife in your back lip.
Oh, she's harmless.
Okay.
She can be a big huff, but she's all right.
All right, well, what would you like me to do?
Well, I mean, we had mostly finished. We were just going to do a few dress rehearsals. Why don't you come by the bar tomorrow evening? I'll get everybody together for one last big run through it, and then we'll just have dress rehearsals over the next few days. We'll give you some chances to practice your lines and such.
Can I pick up the costume today?
Of course. I'm gonna have to get it refitted, you understand? Your, figure is slightly less busty.
Good point. Good point.
Give him boobs.
Hashtag Boobian.
All right, I'm gonna cast Alter Self
Okay.
and make myself look like her.
Perfect! I'll just tell you what to change yourself to look like. We don't need any of this nonsense.
I'm kidding. I'm not doing that.
Oh. I would have picked a prettier person as well. But nonsense. All right,
Holy fuck. Poor Suzanne.
I want to
Sebastian!
I want to hire Suzanne now.
as one of the people who is, like, in mid-conversation with somebody, boss? Measurements, please. We're going to need to take out Suzanne's angel outfit a little bit for our fine friend here, who will be taking her place. Looks over like, got a boss? And he comes over and
I
starts
hand
to
him a
measure you
piece
with
of
a
paper.
string.
These are my measurements.
Oh, I don't really go by the numbers. I don't have any marks on this street. Let me do it once and I'll remember it.
Okay, you got it.
As he, like, throws your jacket back and just, like, gets quick in and, like, measures your chest, your hips, and your shoulders, and,
What was that?
it's ready.
7.
I feel slightly violated.
Okay. He's very quick. He's done this a lot, you can tell. He is used to, like, quick measurements and going off base what he has, and he finished and nods at his boss and walks back over. Like I was saying, you should really come. It's going to be a great performance. Bring your lovely lass here, and goes back to selling the show to
I tell
somebody.
him I've got my own sword.
Perfect. Ha! You're like the perfect actor.
All right, see you guys tomorrow.
Great. Well, I can bring by a few extras this afternoon, if you're all right. Where can I find you?
Oh, you want me to come by this afternoon?
I want you to come by this evening, but I'll come by you this afternoon to get you all the things you need for tonight.
I give him the address for my tower.
Very good. I'll see you this afternoon, and tips his hat to you a little bit.
Thank you.
Very welcome.
I'm like, I make it look, I look like over there, like there's something on the other side of him. What?
Turns to look,
Dimension door.
looks back, and you just hear the bearers like, follow you through the spell.
A mindful theatre. Glorious.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
All right.
And those were the last words he ever spoke before Suzanne got her revenge. Next one shot.
I come back, Black Hat is dead.
Suzanne is the Ouija.
I got him.
Suzanne's actually.
No, please. Anyone but her.
Okay.
All right. Anything else you guys want to do specifically the 3 days before the festival happens, or do we hop into the festival itself?
I think we're good for the festival, unless you guys got something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So the evening of the festival.
And does Yaikzal come back to the tower at all?
No, not in those 3 days. She's pointedly ignoring all of you.
Kea'Na would come visit you.
She would let Kea'Na,
Yeah.
but she's pointedly ignoring anyone that talks good at the king.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lorelai
And if
is
they
too
talk
busy
good, she'll
to even
punch
notice.
them.
Lorelai is slumming it.
Yeah, Lorelai's like dressing down. Like she doesn't really dress up at all, but she's like doing her best to not like flaunt the fact that she's like
A level
Well
12
off.
cleric.
Every night, she dreams of a stone in the forest.
mm-hmm. She's like, I know I'm busy. But you know, more respectful than that.
And not like Harvey.
As
Yeah.
the day leading up to the festival would be an incredible flurry of organization happening. Half cloaks out in force, but you can tell they are on like festival duty.
It's mostly wrist slaps that are going out to people here. You guys are connected to the Thieves Guild. You know they are doing work right now, but they've also received a generous donation to not do anything too untoward during this. So everybody's playing by the rules at the moment. And things are getting set up. Most of the roadway of the Outer Run is just taken over along the whole southern portion of the city by Festivities. The Inner Run has its own sections with kind of some upper scale stuff going on. And then the area of the city that's kind of open, the execution platform, has been moved and taken down, and a wall has been erected around the Well of Souls that usually sits there. And a stage has been set there, and it seems like this is where the king is going to be appearing and doing a speech. He's also slated to visit the temple, and then the evening falls, and you guys hear the music start to drift into the tower, which is basically right beside the thoroughfare that most of the Outer Run stuff is happening on. Yes, Danny?
I also went to, and I did some stuff at the stage beforehand.
Okay, what are you doing at the stage? Just because it would have a lot of guards around it, because it's like the king's going to be there, so
yeah,
people
I will be
are
working.
on alert.
Working with the troupe.
Oh, you mean the stage you're going to play on?
Yep, setting up
Okay,
for
yeah.
the play.
Okay, very good.
Also, I don't think it'll come up, but Lorelai has spent one and has bought a couple more 300 gold diamonds.
Okay.
Maybe a 500 gold if she could find one.
Given the influx of people, probably pretty easily could find one, yeah.
Okay.
So if you want to mark the gold off for that, you go get set up with the troupe before things happen, start getting your makeup done and your stuff put on. And yeah, it turns into this flurry of activity. The music starts drifting through. You guys can hear the songs. You can hear the full versions of the songs that they've been teasing at. And people talking about, like, you've got to come see Rents at the Bar. Like, just the different sites that have been selling themselves for the past 3 days that people are going to see. Vendors set up selling all sorts of food and, like, candied treats and stuff on the edge. And the town kind of coming together with an air of celebration that it hasn't before. And the portal leading to the other city stays mostly quiet.
Oh no, it's gonna go bad. It's all
You
gonna
guys
go
jump
wrong.
into no, like it's quiet. People aren't pouring through during the festival.
Ooh, quiet.
So you guys hop into the festivities.
Oh no.
Berrian is dead to you all, as far as you're concerned, as he has been swallowed up by the excitement and by the people preparing.
Dead to Yaikzal.
Nobody's allowed to see him once he has his costume on, because he's the main piece of this play. Suzanne, for her part, has been a cold, taciturn like member of the play at this point. Your understudy, she refuses to give you tips, but she hasn't done anything like outwardly rude to yourself, and has even come over and kind of like given a tight-lipped apology for her demeanor last time you met her.
Okay.
We're like,
But you guys hop in, so there's lots to do at the festival. So a few events that are happening. Obviously, you're going to want to go see Berrian's play.
I'm not. You guys will not.
There's all sorts of like gambling and betting games if you want to throw some money around. And then there are all sorts of different bards to go listen to. There's dancing in the streets frequently. Lots of plays happening. And then two of the main events are going to be the blessing of Nuldir that the Pope is going to do at the temple. And then shortly after that is going to be the King's Feast on the north side, where a lot of the food is going to roll out and people can come north, get food, and head like trickle down south towards festivities. There'll be a speech probably. Oh, there we go, switching. So there'll be feasting and speeching and people enjoying the king being out among the people. So where would everyone like to go?
Dancing.
Okay, yeah. If you just want to go, so roll me a performance check if you want to just go dancing in the
I want to
street.
dance with people. Like, I want to be with
Yeah,
people dancing.
yeah. There's lots of the like songs about the angel that just kind of break into like solos with instruments that are great for dancing to, and they're playing popular songs for the people as well and festive music.
She's seeing if she can find someone hot to dance with.
Probably, yeah. What race and gender are you looking for, or are you looking for somebody who's occasionally made out of lava?
No, she's mad at Big Red.
Oh, okay.
So she's
What did
going
Big
for
Red
the.
do?
What did he do? He kicked her out because she talked too much. Every time she
Who
talks.
doesn't?
Okay, she's looking for a tall elf, like handsome.
Okay.
Drae walks up.
She
Drae
pointedly
walks
looks
away.
Oh my god, that's so bad. natural one.
Okay, so you
work.
go out purveying the crowd, trying to find your handsome elf man and you'll quickly find yourself in a crowd of women who are all kind of vying for the same, obviously nobility, like well-dressed, well-kept elven man, really hard to tell how old he is. He's not, like, old by any means, but with elves, somewhere in the middle is, like, who knows, is he 200 or 800?
Yeah.
So, very handsome, a lot of people, like, vying for his attention, and you do manage to catch his eye and pull him into a dance, and proceed to demolish his toes. Like, just slapping into them. One of the times he goes to, like, put you in a spin, and your combat instincts kick in, and you, like, block his hand.
Your tail just trips him out.
Just, like, push him back, and he, like, stumbles a bit, and, like,
Sorry, I'm a fighter.
Sorry, it's
That
my
was
trauma.
weird.
right.
Yeah.
Well, normally we spin like this, and he, like, puts you into a spin, and into somebody else's arms. You find yourself dancing with somebody else's. He's dancing with somebody. He's, like, switching. You're not the only one he's switching partners with. Like, he's got a lot of admirers at this point. But you don't make enough of impression for him
Yeah.
to, like,
She's
stick
left
by
the
you.
festival.
You leave the
She
festival.
leaves. She's embarrassed.
Yaikzal.
Yaikzal's
Wait.
gone. She's gone to. Is there any bars open? Is anyone not celebrating? 'Cause otherwise she'll just.
You're walking by, like, not expecting anything. And you, like, go to Purvis's door, knowing he's going to be closed, and just, like, jiggle the lock, and the door swings open. And you see just a single figure sitting at the bar, drinking. And as your eyes adjust to the light, you recognize Purvis, alone in his bar.
No festival?
Oh, Yaikzal.
She'll go sit next to him.
His accent's way thicker. You can smell the booze on him. He's like, "How you doing, lassie?"
Oh, totally embarrassed myself. I'm done with the festival now.
He reaches across and grabs his bottle and slides you his cup and just...
She'll grab his. Is it hard liquor or is it just a beer?
Oh, it's hard liquor.
She'll grab it.
You leave his cup and just grab the bottle and start drinking for that. He's like,
I'll hang out
Yeah.
with you tonight.
30 seconds behind Yaikzal is Lorelei.
Lorelei goes in, "Oh, it's that one."
Hi.
Hey,
You're friendly?
sure.
You alright?
Well, if no one's gonna drink it, and pushes his cup into her hands and takes another chug from the bottle.
Lorelei, who hasn't seen Yaikzal in 3 days, sees her leave the festival embarrassed.
Heard you had a rough little bit.
She's embarrassed.
She moves one seat away.
Don't be like that. What are you? How old are you, lass?
21.
Bet I've done worse than you. And I've lived, haven't I? Not that I'm a great example of having a good time at the moment.
She grabs it from him.
You, like, reach across and pull it over and take a chug from his bottle.
Part of me wants to make sure that guy sees me get a fucking medal. But I don't like the king, so I don't want the fucking medal.
Who needs nobles anyway?
No, you get the medal, and you sell it.
That's good. I could give it... I'm gonna get it and sell it.
There you go.
Or get it, go
Listen.
up to him, and be like, I'm a fighter.
Is this that Drae again?
Huh?
You said you want him to see you get the medal. Is this that Drae again?
No, it's this handsome elf guy. I wanted to dance with him, and I really just wanted it to work, because Big
Why?
Red's an idiot!
Yeah?
And I need someone that actually cares about me.
He is pretty dumb.
Yeah. Doesn't even... I talk and he doesn't want to listen.
That's kind of his type, isn't it? What did you expect?
Yeah. Just whatever.
Sorry, I'm insensitive. Listen, so you stepped on some toes. What of it?
I broke a couple toes.
What of it?
That's good for you, you deserved it.
Who hasn't broken a couple toes?
Claws.
Nobody who's done anything important.
Sorry.
I was supposed to have fun. I just didn't. She'll take a sip.
You take a chug and he's like, lets you finish and then reaches over for the bottle. Go have fun then.
And do what? Embarrass myself again?
Oh, what? Every fuck up, you're gonna shrivel up into your own asshole?
Yeah!
Come on. It's part of living. You gotta get out there. Give her another go. If you fuck it up again, try again.
You come dance.
Nah, not for me.
Why?
I'm gonna finish that bottle, and if I'm still thinking straight, I'll start another until I stop.
Why don't you come out to the festival?
Don't like festivals.
Yeah, they're a little loud.
That they are.
Full of rich people congratulating themselves.
Right?
It's more the people who aren't there.
It's annoying.
Who's not there?
You're fucking making me think about things. He throws the glass at her and takes another chug from his
Detect
bottle.
thoughts immediately when he says that.
You would see the image of, it's almost like third person, Purvis, in a Lochran, festivities going on, for like snow, which is unheard of for a Lochran in like this Mexico-like climate, running through hand in hand with this woman whose features are not super clear, but you would know is his sister.
She doesn't acknowledge it at all. She just files away in her little chamber of secrets.
Fine. Lorelai, will you dance with me?
Of course.
She'll grab Lorelai's hand and walk over.
Grabs the bottle out of your hand. Ah, it's mine.
Is Ari... Did Ari come to the festival?
Yeah, Ari would probably be like hanging back a little bit, letting Lorelai deal with her own thing, and sees you and raises an eyebrow at
Make her jealous.
Yaikzal.
Oh? Grab Lorelai by the waist, hand here, and start.
She arches an eyebrow at you, sees the two of you dancing, grins a little, and will cut in and grab Yaikzal. And spin Yaikzal out of Lorelai's hands and start dancing with Lorelai. Start dancing with Yaikzal to this music.
Oh my
And
god!
taking you along here. And doesn't look at Lorelai, but as they're going past it, Lorelai be able to see her face, just a big grin kind of splits across. And she'll come in, like, pull you close for one part. Careful not to get a curse. Spin you out. And then hand out for Lorelai as well.
Rolls her eyes and takes it.
As probably the, like, you guys would switch between that. You'd dance with Lorelai, you'd dance with Ari. Some other people would come and try to steal Ari away, or Lorelai, or yourself. You're a little intimidating, covered in scars like the bastard.
She's dressed all pretty though.
Oh, is she? Okay, yeah. If
she's
you're dressed
all
up,
nice.
if you're done up, then people will be coming to like steal you
She'll
away as
gladly do it.
well. Okay.
She's looking for people to hit on her. Like.
Okay. All right. You're dancing away, probably finding drinks. What were you saying, Alex?
I don't know. I have stuff for Drae if we're
Does it fit inside? Yeah.
Not-
what's
not
Drae doing?
inside of this
yeah,
right
Yeah,
now.
yeah. What's Drae doing?
well, Drae would have invited Wednesday.
Yeah.
You know, as one
She would
does.
come and be like clinging to him, like,
Yeah.
I'm not used to this stuff.
All right. And then after dancing for a little bit, it like it's sort of being weird and uncomfortable. I'll be like, I kind of have some like business.
During the festival?
Oh, it's
Drae?
not a lot.
What are we doing?
I need to talk to some bards.
Ready? I'll come.
Alright.
If you're alright with that.
Yeah, and he's just gonna go from bard to bard, basically telling them, "Here's how to get a hold of me. I'll have more work for you
Oh,
for the
okay.
show."
Okay. You start handing your number out, and she
Like-
sits beside you and just nods like she knows what's happening, and is like, stands encouragingly. You've never felt so supported.
Right, so
Those treats look nice.
all right.
Walk her over to the stand, and you haggle a bit with the guy, and eventually get a couple of, like, candied apples.
4
for both of
copper.
you. Looks over at Wednesday, who's struggling, like, fine. Pushes over 2 candied apples.
And give him a gold.
Hey. Bites it, like,
Yo.
lifts his hat to you and drops it in his bag and looks around at people and he sees one. Got my eye on you.
Yeah. Haggles purely for the power trip.
As you guys are
Haggle.
munching on your candy apple, like, it's nice. I kind of never really got to participate in these. I was usually at the edges begging for coin.
I was stealing. Like this. And he just grabs the end of someone's pocket. Looking back.
Just grab somebody's loose change as they go by. Make me a sleight of hand check.
It's 30.
Okay, you just smooth. She doesn't even notice you do it as you just like move your fingers down and there's a coin there, and she just starts laughing and like choking her, spits out the piece.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hiya.
It's good to laugh.
Yeah.
City needs more of this.
I used to steal hearts too.
Hearts.
Not to brag.
Alright.
Not to brag or anything. But
Whose
yeah.
hearts did you seal?
Oh.
Drae, master
So-
of skirts.
So many. Like, there wasn't a girl my age in my hometown who I didn't get to know.
Is that how you learn to be so suave and understanding?
Well, of course.
Right. Well, I suppose I should
They
have
all
known.
lasted forever.
With how honeyed your words are, I should have known.
It's only a matter of time, you know.
I'm running out of jokes. Can we move on?
Yeah.
I only have so many. I'm not as quick as you and your brother.
Oh, I'll teach you.
Alright.
I don't know if this thing you can teach, but I will try.
We'll have to do it between cooking and cleaning, but I'll be happy to spend some time with you learning. Well, anything you want to go see? I've been enjoying the dancing.
Berrian is going to be an angel.
He's dying.
No, like, just like gonna bring her over to the main.
Drag her over to the main stage. So one other thing that Yaikzal would see is she would catch sight of Big Red making his way through the crowd.
She would like stay where she is, clearly like.
You see him turn and notice you and like be a little surprised to see you.
Oh, never mind. She's less excited about it.
And he starts making his way over towards you. Comes and like stands beside you. And there's a couple people like coming up to ask you to dance, and he like looks over like, the guy was like, so there's somebody else near you, like he has some other business to be doing. That is why he's there. And he's like, so did you get the letter I sent you? Who are you? We should talk. Don't touch me. He just walks away. Play it off on a stranger who does not play along. So, festival.
Yeah. Festival. She's standing there like this. She's tired. It's his turn.
Lots of people dancing. Yep.
Got something to ask?
When do you want to go look at bars?
As she turns around.
Yep.
This is when you ask me to dance.
Oh. You want to dance?
Yes. She turns around. She turns around, looks at him, and says, "This isn't one-sided. This is a relationship."
Oh, we were dancing.
Yes, but you didn't even try to talk to me for 3 days.
Oh yeah, it has been 3 days.
Oh yeah, it has been 3 days.
Right. Grabs your like at the elbow, like grabs your arm and like your forearm with the other one. No clue what he's doing.
No. It goes like you hold my hand.
Massive hand swallows your waist, and the other one you like put your palm against a little bit, and you immediately start to heat up. When he steps on your toes, you really notice when this massive 13-foot tall lava ogre steps on your toes. Very quickly, and you like stand on his feet, but he can't dance worth shit. So you guys just like lift your legs a little bit and sway.
She starts laughing during it. She's like, it goes from like she's like mad to clearly she's like laughing at him. It's just like.
And eventually just like picks you up and puts you on. I suck at dancing.
That's okay, I also suck at dancing.
At least you don't step on toes.
That's the thing, I broke a couple earlier.
Nice.
Wanna go get a drink?
Yeah.
She'll grab his hand and go take a drink with him.
Okay, you take him over to the stall where somebody's got drinks and you guys both get a drink and he's like,
Why'd you come to the festival? This doesn't seem like your alley.
Oh, passing through. Maybe an insight check.
Okay.
Bing bong!
Bing bong! If you see this big red in your backyard, you're about to be gone. Bing bong! Insight, okay.
Yeah.
Natural 1! Why am I just doing terribly?
The fact that he's lying goes completely over your head.
Oh. Okay. Just passing by.
Yeah.
Guess I'll just pass by too.
Alright, bye.
She'll walk away, clearly like upset. Like
You're walking away and you like go somewhere to huff, and you notice he is like 20 feet away, has clearly followed you, but is like trying to look like he hasn't. Like he's over by a stall and he's like,
yeah, cool.
are you buying something or not? What? Sorry!
I feel like they'd do that for a bit, so let's get to a Berrian.
Okay, you just get shadowed for the next minute. I think the next place we'll have things happen is if all of you gather at the main stage. I don't know if you're going or not.
I'm gonna get the medal, but I'm gonna walk off immediately.
So the main stage is not the medal. This is Berrian's play.
She'd stand in the back. She's like,
Okay.
"You're lucky I like you."
There's you in the back, and then like on the other side of the street is like Big Red. You're watching the play, and Big Red's watching you, like trying to shadow you.
Wait, Berrian, are you looking like at the audience?
I wouldn't be on stage yet, hey?
No, you
but
are.
when you are,
Yeah.
Probably.
So, my music has stopped.
Can you do an insight
I think
check?
shouldn't have died. Oh, no connection. I might have lost my music, but that's a problem for a different day.
Two.
So,
1.
never mind. You don't know.
Hang on. Would we have access to Berrian before he gets
Would
on
not.
stage ever? Aw.
no, he is.
Sorry, bud.
He's the big reveal. So it's like the bride on her wedding day, kept a secret and safe from the groom. So you guys sit down for this play, and it starts. There's a lot of lead into this play. There is a bunch of meetings in Nuldir's hall discussing what to send down to the city. There's a few mentions of his bravest angel, but she never appears, always alluded to, and eventually, without it ever being said, you get the sense that she has been sent down to watch over his people. There is some of the king in his hall looking out the window, and just this like comforting glow to the lights that get brought up as he stares out at the angel guarding over the temple. There is these like rumblings as this like thing in the deep you meet is just this like swirling mass of water, but they've just got somebody with like hundreds of ribbons tied to their arms and legs who like leaps around and swishes them about to throw them in every direction, like a crashing wave that follows about them. And this sort of like builds and gets angrier until it turns towards one side of the stage, and Berrian, that's your cue to come out.
So as I'm about to walk out, a glyph on the stage where I'm entering would flick.
Yeah.
And alter self would happen.
Okay.
And I look like the angel.
Okay. As you step out, the exact visage of the angel
I've
as
spent
she
the
was there.
money for this already.
Yeah, fair enough. You
And
step out.
the
cast your
sword
magic.
I have, I've asked the sword. I'm like, hey, like, can you turn into like that? Like, look like the angel sword, like the bar of light kind of thing.
Okay.
And
You come out. As you're leaving, there's
let's
a little
do a good performance.
tip of the hat, and the break a leg, kid. And gnome pushes you out. As you come out, sword aflame, the angel herself, just smaller, stepping out. And your lines are something along the lines of, I've had enough of your taint on the city, creature.
Yeah.
It is time you leave. And just a rumbling mash of crashing water from backstage as they just like throw buckets of water in answer to this. There's your battle with the creature. You slicing through, they will like throw up their arms so that all of these tassels fly out towards you, and you like cut through them as you do this. And it's just you slowly cutting them down, and they're like pulling strings to release them as they go, as you're basically giving them like a haircut as this goes on.
And then I did talk to them about this previously, about a big finale.
Yeah.
And I basically like, I'm gonna like push you off the stage kind of thing, and then I told them just let me finish it up.
Okay. So it comes to the edge of you guys. At the edge of the stage, a mat has quietly been placed there, and nobody's been allowed to sit.
And I'm going to...
You guys are wrestling back and forth. Her
Yeah.
holding your blade as you're...
And I'm going to, like, push her off the stage. And I am going to jump up into the air. And right I'm at the edge. 1, 2. 2 runes are going to go off.
Yeah.
And I'm going to fly.
Yeah.
And about 2 seconds after the fly hits, the enlarged reduce is going to hit. I'm going to go. So I'm going to fly up. I'm going to go huge.
Yeah.
And I'm going to fly about 60 feet up in the air.
Yeah.
And then as the kind of water person like flies back, my shadow is going to step past them from my sword, the elf shadow.
Yeah.
And as I reach the top, a rune that's up on the top of the stage is going to shoot a fireball 40 feet behind me, and just as it's going to pass me, and as it's exploding behind me, I'm flying down, and I'm going to basically slam into the shadow, and the shadow's going to disappear, and then the last rune is going to go off, which is sorry, there was 2 runes left.
Remember, you have to die at the end. You have to die at the end.
Yes,
Okay.
because the angel disappears, right? It goes
Yes.
up into heaven.
Yeah.
So basically, as I hit the thing, it's going to scatter, and then a minor illusion, like color spray. It's going to
okay.
go off of like colors of like gold and everything.
Yeah.
And my body's going to kind of float up, and then
Invisibility.
dimension door.
Okay. I need a performance check from you. And you absolutely have inspiration. You can choose to use it now, or you can save it. But
That was my brother!
That is a
Fly,
D12
angel,
inspiration.
fly!
Fly, angel, fly!
Drae's had a lot to drink waiting
What's
for
the
this
inspiration?
to start.
You have a D12 inspiration.
We'll see if I need it.
Drae is just like rackless in the back. And there's quite a few other like kind of rowdy people, but there's a couple bouncers going through who like nudge some people, and you get like bumped into by this big burly man.
Give him a look. Oh, it's a 4.
Okay.
Oh, we're spending it.
It's a 7.
It's 11.
That is going to be a 17.
17. So everything goes off without a hitch. Your plan plays out exactly as you planned. There's the massive finish, you rising up. There is an audible like shriek of terror from much of the audience as the fireball explodes in the sky, which turns into a held breath, gasps of amazement as you scatter the shadow on the ground, your fellow actor having like crawled under the stage while people were distracted by the flames in the sky. And then you can hear people start to sob as the angel floats up, having sacrificed herself. And then when you vanish, you're not there to hear it, but you guys hear the thunder of applause, the audible crying throughout much of the audience, and the yips and hoorays of what was an emotional performance. As you appear backstage to hear the end of this, and the gnome stomps up to you and just grabs your hand and starts shaking. That's the best performance we've ever done!
You wanna... Drae is now wrestling with the bouncer.
He's like, oh,
Like,
why are you so strong?
he just like lifts him up.
Fighting the bouncer.
Because he told him
Whoa!
to stop making so much noise.
Another bouncer comes over and is like, oh, like goes to
Takes
tackle
something
you
else.
and just hits the tree trunk. As they both just unconscious, you like drop them on either side of you.
So all the altar self and the enlarge and everything, all of that would drop.
Yeah.
I can imagine Drae doing the.
And I just take off the costume.
That was a perfect noise.
All right, you take off the costume you had underneath, and hi, if you're ever looking to work with us again, you know who to call.
All right, do you
Ghost-
got a business card?
Well, I mean, people know me by name, and we tour
Here,
the
I
continent.
give him my address. Like, if you're in town, I'm here.
Oh, great. You don't mind if I stop by?
Sure.
Look forward to seeing you again.
Sounds good, Black Hat. All right,
Well,
good job.
looks out, collections are going well.
Drae leans the two bouncers like up against each other against
And then
the tent.
you see this like gnome staring at you. Looks like we got a rowdy bunch in the crowd. Do you think you could
Hey.
step in?
It's my brother.
He couldn't take me if he
You
tried.
look out and see your brother like
No.
dusting off his hands across
I'm
the
gonna
audience.
be like, Drae, in your head. They want me to kick you out. What are you doing? What are you doing? You just
They're calling you a rowdy.
I am supporting you.
What did they do?
Look, I'm not going to apologize for cheering on my brother.
Okay, understandable. Walk away from them.
Walk away. These idiots.
I'm like, okay.
There's nothing to walk away from.
I look up like he's dealt with.
Right.
Unless you have more.
No, just leave it.
Well, it's been a pleasure working with you, Barry.
If you ever need security.
He can't hear you. You're across the crowd. Only your brother can hear you.
I'm like, it was a pleasure working for you too. Hopefully you do well.
I think we will, and I look forward to our business arrangements in the future.
All right, thank you.
You get a lifted hat from the Black Hat, and you can make your way.
Bald?
Yeah, he is balding on the top.
Okay, like a friar tuck.
Can
yeah,
his
but he's
bald
got
spot be
pretty,
like perfectly where his
So he's got
top hat
quite a lot of
reaches?
bald at the top, and then like wisps. What's the series of unfortunate events?
Him!
He's got like the same sort of like hair as the guy from Series of Unfortunate Events. Like,
Okay.
wispy and like come to like sharp points on the side. Obviously well kept, but a lot of bald on top.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, you think like an old affluent man in a mansion with his wispy white hair.
I go shake the actress' hands and
Yeah, you go through.
find Drae.
You get approached by Suzanne.
Hello.
Still not sure I like you, but I couldn't have done that.
Okay.
And she reaches out a hand to shake yours.
I shake her hand. Nice to meet you.
Sure.
If you're ever in town and you need a place to stay, talk to Black Hat. He's got my address.
I'm liking you more and more. And she'll walk away from you, and you'll finish shaking hands with the actors.
So many people in this tower by the end of the campaign. Like Drae will get Wednesday.
Drae?
I'm sorry, they didn't give me a choice.
You can't just beat up the security.
He tried to beat me up.
I've given
No,
up.
he bumped you because you're being noisy.
I was not being noisy.
You
I was
were being noisy.
supportive.
You're embarrassing me.
You're yelling at me.
That's true.
Is that Kea'Na?
What?
No, over there.
Oh, aye.
Yep.
Why are you in the back creeping behind the chairs?
I was gonna scare you. You weren't supposed to see me. And she crosses her arms.
Where's Yaikzal?
Over there. And Yaikzal, you suddenly see you're being pointed at by Kea'Na.
She's off!
You're running. You guys see Big Red, who's like behind her. She runs like looking at you like, fuck. And starts running after her.
His people just go scatter.
Make way! I said make way!
People start seeing her running, they're like, oh, it's just off!
Why is she being followed by a train?
I'm like,
People are like, I can help you. Run.
okay, well,
I'll block him and
you gotta go get
Wherever,
her.
wherever, like, Yaikzal was standing, there's, like, a note of you did good, Berrian, and then...
you just see the note like floating leaf its way down and you pick it up.
What does it say?
You did good, Berrian, and there's, like, there's a ring, like there's paper over it so that people can't see the ring immediately, but it's a fancy little ring that clearly matches the one on her horn, but it's not the same.
Okay. Well, I would pick it up, fold up the note, and put it into my little pouch, and put the ring on.
You die.
Curse
Little did you know, she was learning curses.
Fucking idiot.
Yeah, you go to one strength.
Ari's just watching like, my student has learned so well.
Well, we should go get the award ceremonies right away.
Oh yeah.
Actually, the next thing that'll happen will be the Pope at the church. So if you guys want to go to that, you can, and if not, you can skip.
Boring.
Skip.
So is anybody going?
Laurel, I would go.
I would probably hear his message because I know the Pope's the king.
Yeah.
That's probably important to be supportive.
Not much of a message happening here. But you guys come out, and most of the festival is gathered here. People climbed up on buildings to watch. Rooftops covered, guards kind of looking around. But it's like packed, like an outdoor stage. Like, packed people here. The steps going up to the church. And in front of the church, there is a massive, like, cloth-covered something. And the place goes quiet. Not a peep from anyone as the doors swing open. And you guys can see the king. For the first time you've seen him in his Pope raiments. He has this like massive shoulder pauldrons, cloak falling behind him, a like yellow sunbeam color to the cloak and the pauldrons. His hair tucked up into his like religious hat that he's wearing over top of it. It's not really tall, but he does have like a religious
really short.
vestments that he's wearing. And he's carrying something in his hand. You can see like you can see the steel in his hand, but the end of it is glowing so bright that to look at it is blinding. And he comes out and in low tones starts speaking a prayer. And you guys would hear it kind of rumble through the audience as the sound travels, as people who know it pick up what is a very simple prayer for strength from Nuldir. And he will start to swing this thing, which you would realize is some sort of light spell that has been cast on this censer. And water starts to be flicked out as he starts to bless the crowd and the grounds. And people start to like swell and push to get up to the front, but not enough to like cause chaos here. And after he's finished this, walks over and without a word tears off the cover, showing a massive like 15, 20 foot tall statue of the angel who fell there, looking down over the crowd gathered in the front of the church, made out of a mix of steel and platinum, weapon glowing in her hand, and you can see the like metal of it, but it is aflame, with actual like oil and flame burning on it, some internal mechanism seeming to supply the flame there. As she looks over with this mix of like benevolence,
Statue of Liberty style.
And seriousness mixed in. She looks like she could fight or heal either one at a moment's notice, watching the crowd. He turns to the statue, bows his head, which is a big deal if the king's bowing to something, and brings his hands in prayer to the statue. Quite a few people join in their own prayers, unable to hear his specifically. And at the end of that, people will start to disperse. The Heliod will gather around him. You'll see, Lorelei will see the same, like, taller man she saw before. And there seems to be 3 of them that are, like, the main force around him, and quite a few Templars and half-cloak captains that start to escort him to the stage on the opposite side of the city. And quite a bit of the town just starts to follow after this procession of the king along with the Templars and the knights. You would see flying through the air a couple of the soaring knights. You would see is the only one missing. The rest of them are all floating about in their silver armor. So if you guys want to follow, this is the part where you guys would get your medals. So you guys are led along with this procession all the way around the city to where the stage has been set up on the opposite side in the execution grounds. And the king makes his way up. There's chairs that have been set up there. Hestia is already sitting there when he arrives. Off to his other side is a smaller chair where you guys would see the Prince, Theracles II, sitting already. And then there's a host of smaller chairs behind them that have his daughters and his other much younger son. There's one off to the left of Hestia that you would see Mistress Sarah sitting in as well, looking over and looking especially done up.
The only reason Yaikzal gets on stage.
It wouldn't be your guys' moment to get on stage. First, the king would stand there and begin delivering a speech. It's one that kind of reiterates the message of, although we lost an angel, this is a victory for the city. We have our tower back, we have our strength back, and we have begun to chase them out. And this is the first of many victories to come. And as this goes on, he's kind of building... He is an eloquent speaker, and I couldn't do him justice. But he's clearly skilled at what he's doing, and you can feel the kind of crowd's emotion rising along with the speech. And he just has this perfect control over what people are feeling. Even you get kind of sucked into it. And then you guys would probably hear the whistling first before the arrow hits him.
Am I close? Like, am I within 30 feet of him?
Roll initiative with me.
I also have something I would like to do.
No.
Roll initiative with me as well, then.
That's an 8.
Okay, an 8 is lower than their initiative, so you do not manage to react in time.
Knew things were gonna go bad.
That's a 10.
13.
Okay, do you have something you can do as a reaction? Or are you just looking to react immediately after?
I have a spell that I could cast, I think.
As long as it's a reaction, you can do it now. Otherwise, the arrow's going to reach him first.
I knew things were gonna go bad. Like a
No,
prophet.
I don't think I have any reaction stuff that
Well,
I can
this
do.
is good for you.
You guys watch the arrow hit him, and he crumples
King's
immediately over the podium in front of him.
She's not gonna celebrate his death.
And you guys see the arrow, it kind of like quivers in his back for a moment before the explosion goes off. And you watch chunks of the king go flying out from his back like a fountain. Blood just pouring out onto the podium in front of him, the ground beside him. And back standing on the wall, you guys see, similar to what you guys met, dressed in like Bushido-style samurai armor, painted black, massive longbow still quivering in their hands. They have a second arrow partway out, but they never fully draw it as they see their work done. Put that back down, and go to leap backwards off of the wall. As you guys hear another brief whistling, a familiar crossbow glints off of a nearby building. Clemence's face is covered, but it finds its mark as it into the back of the assassin's head as he's trying to jump over this wall. You hear him crashing down the other side, and the shattering of clay.
Lorelei!
One of the anointed, one of the Heliod, runs over. The same one Lorelei would have met before, hands aglow as he reaches down and pushes them, and the healing comes to nothing as it just spreads over
spell?
him. He's doing some sort of healing hands or something like that.
Lorelei! And I'm running up to him.
You're sprinting up. Hestia will stand up and look over at you and put a hand up for you to stop.
Stop.
She goes over to her husband, whose entire back is missing, and pulls him over onto his front, blood just pouring onto her, reaches into his cloak, and pulls up a black amulet. It's just this deep black stone, and string still attached, pushes it into his mouth, and then pulls the now unattached strings from it. And you guys watch the blood start to and sink back into his flesh.
Oh, fucking metal.
What the fuck?
The eyes flash open. There's no confusion. There's no anything you'd expect from somebody who had just been dead. He looks up at his wife over him, nods at her, stands up. And Lorelei's got a sharp enough eye to see the wince of pain, but he is a master of holding his expression, and it would take a master to catch it. As he stands up, those of you who've ran around the side, you can see most of his back is still missing. And there's blood flowing along veins that aren't there and into the rest of him. Whatever this is not a permanent fix. But he stands up at the podium. Well, they tried.
Another one hits him.
And that's all he leaves with the crowd. As one of the Heliod, hands glowing again, is touching him and pulling him back, and pulling him away from here. And then you guys hear a familiar, well, that was entertaining.
Lorelei would be trying to make a line
Okay.
to cut them off.
Cut the king off?
Yeah, well, just to sort of fall in
Yeah.
with them.
Well, they pause and turn as you guys hear Thesa'Kar's voice from the midst of the crowd.
She would keep going towards where.
Okay, you're pushing towards him. The Heliod looks over at you. She gets a sharp glare. He recognizes her, and then looks away and continues healing him. What is she doing?
She's gonna try and pump a full heal into.
The heal spell?
Yeah,
Okay, that will be immensely helpful here.
yeah, into his back to try and
Okay. A heal regenerates stuff, right?
ends blindness, deafness, and any diseases.
Okay, so...
It's not regenerate.
Okay, so heal will help, but it's a temporary fix. He needs regenerate right now.
Yeah.
So you cast heal into him, and you watch some of the blood that's like falling out of whatever this magic, the stone is like flagging. She seems to push power into it, and whatever enchantment is affecting him seems to draw from it, and she feels her spell less than affect him, more the energy of it gets like sucked into whatever's being done to him here. As he stops and turns towards the voice of Thesa'Kar. Interesting stories you've been telling your people. About your glorious angel. I can see the strategist has got to you as well. Motions towards the chunks of back that litter the stage. Well, a nice festival at least. I've done you the courtesy of keeping my people away from it so you could celebrate.
Can I do something?
What do you want to do?
Subtle
Yeah.
spell. I'm going to hit him with disintegration, right?
Okay. You turn towards him. No casting from you. You just will the spell out of you. And you see it, this green beam, make a beeline towards him. And it hits him. And you watch it just wash over him. The spell energy trying to affect him to no effect. And he looks around. Don't you all know how games work? You can't fight the final boss before you get to the end. Well, I would call it terribly impolite, but it does look like we struck first. Well, I hope you all enjoy your festival, and I hope the lies are palatable about that
I looked
unfortunate...
in Lorelai's mind. Do you have the silence spell? Now is the time. Like,
Yaikzal cancels. Silence!
As he gets cut off mid-sentence, and you see the grin kind of fall a little. The mouth's still moving. Anybody who could read lips would hear very well. As he turns and starts to walk just slowly away, and the people are like pulling back from in front of this blue, almost like lizard-like visage of a man who just calmly walks away. You guys can see the king looking over. Lorelai can definitely tell he's measuring his time. He can feel his strength and his life leaving him.
You wouldn't happen to have 19,570 experience points on you, would you?
I'm message to him. I'm like, who in this city has regenerate, and I can get you there. Where do we need to go?
I can't leave it like this.
What?
I can't leave it like this.
Like his back.
These people.
What do you need?
A show of strength. Something, anything.
Okay, you've got it. I'm going to, like, step in front of him. Drae? Is, like, anyone with me?
Dre's there.
Who? And I'm just gonna, like, kind of look at him. I'm like, who can talk for you?
Well, I dropped
No,
silence.
the king.
Guess.
Message. Who can talk for you?
I don't care, we just need something.
Okay, I'm going to look at one of the Heliod, and I'm just going to kind of like, please don't resist this. I'm going to say, Yaikzal, darkness.
She'll cancel silence and cast darkness.
Okay, I'm going to touch one of the Heliod.
Yeah.
I'm going to cast Alter Self, making him look identical to the king.
Okay.
So it'll be identical,
Yep.
voice,
Yep.
everything. And then I'm
Alter
going to
Self doesn't do voice, but you hope he can do something.
Oh no, it makes him have the same vocal cords. He turns
Oh,
into
Alter
the
Self.
king.
Yeah, I thought Alter Self. That's a self spell though. So it's in the name.
It's not alter other.
Yeah. So if you want to try to pull this off, make me an Arcana check.
Okay.
As you, in this moment, realizing that like what's hanging in the balance isn't just the king. This is morale. This is a.
Yaikzal, like, while he's doing this, would run in and try and drop, like, the Heliod and the
10.
king. And
That's
pull him
23.
out.
23. You push your magic, and you would feel from Lorelai an energy that's not her own come over. As you feel almost these hands take the magic as it leaves yours and start to twist it and shape it and pull it away from yourself as some force pushes this into the Heliod. and you watch him shift. Well, you wouldn't watch him, but you feel him shift into the king. Yaikzal heading behind and starting to pull the Heliod and the king away. This is your moment to switch.
I grab the king, and basically as I like the Heliod, and I pull him to where the king was, and I'm going to dimension door just out of where people couldn't see. Sorry?
Hang on, you took the king?
I'm grabbing the king and moving him out of sight.
Before you do that,
okay.
As this is happening, Lorelei, like, seeing sort of this intervening divine presence, is going to reach out to Tulnir and be like, we need this right now. And she's going to ask for the power of regenerate with divine intervention.
Oh!
That's a 55.
You can feel he's done what he can.
Mm-hmm.
It was worth it.
As you and the king vanish,
And
heading towards the temple.
And I would message to Yaikzal, drop the darkness.
She turns invisible and drops the darkness.
As you switch the two abilities, and there's now the king standing there. Those of you left behind see he starts to glow as this Heliod conjures some sort of light up behind him from behind. Looks over at the retreating Thesa'Kar. Well, they must really be scared if they need to make cheap shots like this.
I would message to his wife and be like, I'm over here. Let's go.
Okay, you let her know about this. She steps up beside the Heliod, takes his hand like it is her husband, and a grin just comes up. And she brings her other hand and brushes off the shoulder. And they don't even bite that hard. And starts pulling the Heliod away along with her off the edge, like she's leading away her royal husband. And you guys are left in the crowd that is sitting in kind of a stunned silence. Shots having been fired from either side of this. What could be done has been done to save morale. What effect this will have on the city will take time to tell.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Drae is gone.
Okay.
Like, he just got Wednesday the fuck out of there.
Yeah, guys will, like, after would
You
go
guys
to...
have a feeling it's going to be a little bit before you get your medals? Maybe not today.
Yeah, we're just like, hey, excuse.
I'm going to basically go and be like, which one of you knows where we need to go?
You get to the temple with the king, and it's starting to be like, you can see the blood trying to move along the
I
patterns
would
the
have
veins
cast
would be.
fly on
And it's like somebody
four of us.
like spilling a cup occasionally, like somebody too drunk with their wine, and it's like spilling over the lip, just like pouring out of his back. You guys at the temple, he starts pulling you towards the back, and you see one of the bishops step out. Got a kind of annoyed look on his face till he sees the king. The trail of blood just in splashes behind you, and he is going to go over and grab the king, look at you, and you've done enough. Pull him into a back room.
I'm probably going to stay there until...
Okay.
We don't need another person getting...
Yeah, fairly quickly you would see one of the other bishops come out. He seems to have been told what's going on, and he goes and stands in front of the door. And you see him react to something and then cast a spell behind him on the door.
What do you see?
I don't see anything. I see you before me.
He reacted to something?
Yeah, he like reacted like somebody had like whispered in his ear or something.
And he cast a thing on the door.
He cast something behind him, yeah.
And I couldn't see what he cast. Like, into the
Go ahead and
room?
make me an Arcana check.
Okay.
Towards the room. Just make me an Arcana check.
A 17.
30.
He cast the silence spell.
Into the room.
Yeah, on the area behind him.
Sketch.
Okay. I'm just going to nod and, like, look away like I wasn't doing something. And,
He's watching you. Like, so whatever you're doing, if it's outwardly noticeable, you're the only thing in the room for him to watch at the moment.
Okay. Invisibility? Misty Step.
Okay, you can't Misty Step.
Oh no,
through the
sorry.
door.
Misty Step is what I'm casting.
Misty Step, where to?
I'm going back into where the room was, or towards where the silence is.
So he's standing in front of a closed door, which he's cast the silence on, which is where the king got brought. So there's nowhere to Misty Step to, because you don't have a line of sight into there.
Yeah, you could dimension door.
Dimension door would get you in there, and visibility would let you maybe have some leeway to work on getting in there. You imagine he's probably going to react to that, but...
Yeah, I'm going to dimension door.
Okay, yeah, if you have it left.
I have spell slots.
You appear inside the room to the sight of that bishop, who is standing over the king, who is on like a low, like knee-height slab, and you can see there's some sort of spell regrowing his back, and the bishop has his hand in the king's mouth and is ripping on something there. And the silence is covering up the king, who is clearly screaming into his fist.
Oh.
You watch as he struggles, rips out a black stone, and you can see these sharp tendrils searching around it, starting to cut into his hand as the stone is trying to merge with him, and he's pulling his hand back, and he will pull a blade and cut off his hand, and it drops to the ground with the stone.
He cut the bishop's hand off?
The bishop cut his own hand off.
Jesus.
He ripped this stone from the king's mouth,
Yeah.
cut off his hand that was now like growing, the stone was growing into, and you watch his hand slowly turn black, start to like blister and grow these like slimy appendages out of it, and then slowly run out of energy and shrivel into itself into this dull gray volcanic rock.
Okay.
Would have been our king.
Stump pouring blood. He doesn't even notice you as he like starts trying to wrap his own hand and tourniquet his arm.
How does the king look?
The king is unconscious on the slab.
But he's healed, right?
Yeah, he's like, the bishop managed to pull him sideways as blood is just like pouring from his mouth where his flesh got like ripped with whatever the stone was, and the regeneration magic is going to work on his back.
Okay.
Whatever the king used does not come without cost.
Okay.
Get out of there.
Okay, at this point, I need a wisdom saving throw from you, as the door is thrown open and the spirit guardians would be able to reach you.
The spirit guardians?
The bishop on the outside has thrown open the door, and he is being swarmed by spirits of light.
3.
Lose it.
Okay. I forget how upcasting this spell works.
What level are you casting it? It's a D8 per level.
I just don't remember the base.
Or is it? It's
3.
3D8. Is it plus 8 per level?
It's
or
3D8.
every 2.
Per
Yeah,
level.
and it's 1d8 per level. 3rd level spell.
His silence would be gone.
Yes, yeah, the silence would wear off. That is 33 damage to you as the spirit guardians go just ripping through you.
Okay.
And you hear step back from the king. You see the other one there turn towards you, and he's still like working on holding tight his arm, and he lets it go as blood's just like pouring out, and starts getting ready to cast a spell if you make a move.
Subtle dimension door, 5th level.
As you vanish from the church. All right. The festivities are quite a bit damper after that. There are a lot of people who stay out drinking, but the mood changes from one of like unfettered celebration to this like overhang of worry. Quite a few people go home. What would have continued on until 2 in the evening does, but at much reduced numbers. What would you guys like to do?
Yaikzal goes for Sarah. Like,
Okay. Yeah, you run up to Mistress Sarah, who is like sitting back, looking around. There is a bunch of guards around her. She sees you coming up, and you see her like hit one of the guards and be like, "Let her through." As you run up to her,
and hug her.
and she hugs you back, but is like looking around her and pulls you off. Are you all right?
You were almost shot?
I think I'm fine.
Hurry. We need to get off stage.
Yes, we should be going.
So grab her hand.
As the guards are going to start escorting her and all of the king's children away, except for Theracles II, who is working with the guards to escort his family away. He has like his weapon out, and he's whistled at some point, and there is a griffin who is like circling above. As you will get pulled away with her, and immediately towards the palace. They're just trying to get people to safety, and you will pretty instantly end up in the royal wing inside one of the concubine chambers, and the whole family is like locked up. There are soaring knights, there are captains, half cloaks around. Like, you guys are on lockdown until they know what's going on.
She's just like looking over Mistress Sarah because like she has the ability to block arrows.
Yeah.
So her not being there to block an arrow that could have hit her, she's feeling bad.
Well, you will have a stressful, if quiet, evening.
Yeah, she's just like with Sarah. Maybe tells her about how she died. Maybe.
She would chastise you to take better care of yourself. She's not like, she doesn't get furious or anything, but she would be like, well, that was irresponsible of you.
It's just acid.
What are the rest of you doing? Just acid. That wasn't a microdose to me.
Yeah, so Drae would get Wednesday back to the tower.
You'd find Berrian there.
Oh, well, this would have been while all the rest of this is going on.
The Berrian would probably beat you there. He's dimension dooring. He's swifter than you.
I guess. So, yeah, and then be like, oh, sweet, alright, everything worked out.
Are you alright? Is the king alright?
He'll be fine. I send a message to Hestia.
Okay.
May have pissed off the bishop. Thought they were hurting the king. They weren't. I overreacted. Just letting you know.
Thank you for any actions to protect him. I'll handle the bishops.
Okay, good.
Well, that was interesting.
That's not the word I used to describe it.
Yeah.
Where's Kea'Na?
Kea'Na, you guys haven't seen her.
Alright, gonna go try and wrangle the rest of us.
Okay. You head out to begin searching the city as Kea'Na is walking through the front gate. Hi!
One down, get in. He's gonna keep going.
Where are you going?
Find out other people.
Oh,
Other people.
isn't everybody here?
No.
We don't have Yaikzal.
Lorelei.
We don't have Lorelei.
Where's Lorelei?
Lorelei was with the king until Berrian dimension doored him away.
She probably would have went home with
went back
everybody
then.
because there's no group to pull her off.
Okay.
So the only one we don't have is Yaikzal.
Yeah, Drae still would have gotten there before them all by a significant margin.
I saw Lorelei coming. She's behind me.
Okay.
And Yaikzal went off with her mom lady.
Cool, yeah. Yeah, she's mad at me anyway.
Yeah.
If she's with Sarah, she's fine.
Well, you'd think that, but we thought that about the king.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to talk to him about that.
Yeah, how dare he get murdered?
No, he...
Lorelei probably would have asked Ari to come with her to the
Okay.
tower.
Okay, yeah, if you want to find Ari in the confusion, the two of them would kind of trudge up together. Ari keeping like an eagle eye out for anything, and Lorelei doing the same.
But yeah, I'm just
Are you
gonna...
going to stand at the entrance all night, Drae, or should we go in?
I don't know, something feels wrong.
Come on in.
Alright.
I forgot the name of the guard that I had put on. I have to think of his name again. Henry, lock up tight.
Got it. As they will close the gate and lock all of the gate and the doors and everything. As you guys are in the tower, left among your own to discuss or go to bed. What are people doing?
Bed.
Okay, you're heading to bed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Lorelei and Ari are headed to sleep. At least Lorelei is. I don't know what Ari's doing.
She'll go.
Rituals.
Okay, so the two of you head
and
off
then
to find your rest as well.
Dre's gonna give Wednesday a kiss, say, you go to bed, and then he's going to, like, sit in the main area. Just watch.
She looks at him sitting there, drags a chair over and sits next to him.
So I'm gonna lean on her shoulder.
He falls on her shoulder, and her head falls on your head.
Very much awake, but...
Okay. And just gonna stay up and watch all night?
Yep.
Okay. You'll probably be the first one to hear the glass shatter. Upstairs. Outside window.
Which floor?
Top floor.
That's my floor.
Mm-hmm.
Is it in my bedroom?
You're the second one to hear it shatter. It
Okay.
is in your bedroom. Yeah.
Okay. I'm up.
Yeah, so you'd be the first to see it. So where is Drae going? Because
Oh.
he would be awake for this.
He is bolting
Outside or upstairs?
upstairs.
Okay. So you sprint up. Is Drae able to open your door? I don't think so.
No, only Wednesday can. But
You-
luckily she'd be with him.
Running up, you're like grabbing the door, trying to rip it open. Wednesday, like hot on your heels, grabs the door and throws it open where you couldn't. Berrian, you wake up, glass flying across the room. It takes you a moment to like pull yourself out of sleep, and you see a familiar figure, not looming over you, but looming on the side of the room. You can see the spider legs planted against the wall and the floor as Hagren is grinning over at you through the moonlight, and he's holding by the throat a figure against the wall. You can see he's got him up, held off of his feet. His one hand is holding a dagger that is dripping some sort of black liquid on the ground, and you see another armored figure up against the wall. Well, I suppose this is proof enough you're not working with them. Looks up at the figure. But if anyone's going to kill them in their sleep, it's me. And we're going to end there for tonight.
Okay.
You guys unlocked the wrong lantern.
It could have
Oh,
been anything.
were those black figures?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yondu says, excuse me. Yep. Just leave it there. Yes, you will have to come back next week, I'm
Guess
afraid.
I'll have to come back next
I know you were finally sick of us, but you're going to have to come back to see the rest.
He was like, one more, and then, then I'll call it there.
Yondu says, I feel
The
pain.
stream has reached its peak. But wait.
Oh, you're sick of me. Yeah, you're finally tired of our nonsense, but now you have to come back to see how it ends. I'm poking fun at you. Okay, folks, that's us for this week. We're going to leave it off there. As always, you can find us here every Wednesday from 6 to 10 p.m. We are also on Discord, Facebook if you really go hunting, TikTok where we post some, we're starting to post skits. Those are fun. And then, what am I missing? I'm always missing something.
Don't be offended, but you should be.
Twitch.
But yeah, we'll be back next week. We have...
We did say we could be your angle or your devil.
I've been listening while I was at my computer. I am offend. Deep offend. Well,
I am
you'll have to
offend.
hold on to that offend until
I am
next week.
very offended.
But, that's us signing off, folks.
Bye.
Bye.